Are we there yet?
How about now? How about now?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, we are on the internet.
Yay!
Yay! Can I get ice cream now?
No. You
I
can,
just heard my
however,
voice twice. That was weird.
can, however, have a session of D&D.
Yay!
So, last time around, and a little ways back, you guys have been working your way all over the continent, taking the from Vulcan's Landing, basically a massive U-turn around the continent, going all the way past Corbury, all the way to Corin's Exile. Doing a number of things, among which was the quest for, well, quest so to speak, for Tachi to get rid of a few issues that blocked the supply route from Corbury towards Corin's Exile, so their war efforts could go on unabated. And, furthermore, the whole reason why it was made in the first place, so Calasil could get her second wish fix. It was done, it was completed, going through a cave that they 96.6%ed, missing out on the last objective. Then dealt with a creature that turned out to be able to somehow become a sand dragon that nearly one-shot a couple of teammates because I rolled extremely well on the Scorching Sand Breath. But nevertheless, you took it out in 2 turns flat, because I don't fucking know how, but that happened. And then met Syra Sani, to use a full name. You had a scuffle, you had issues with her, and she had issues with you. So in short, you got your asses handed to you because you were weakened from the dragon in the first place and let her go. Went to Corin's Exile, talked to Tachi for a good 2.5 hours, during which you learned a lot of information about all sorts of things, and then you attempted to scry upon Syra to find out what she was doing. Turns out that she has a subconscious and very powerful resistance that instantly blocked Midori's attempt to scry, but through 9, I want to say, scrying attempts on different areas based on Calasil's calculations, Tachi was able to pinpoint her eventually through math and some extreme luck on a D100. Nevertheless, it was determined that Syra was walking in a northeastern direction, possibly towards Corin's Exile, possibly past it, and then a lot of information was then divulged between the party themselves, and a bit of teasing here and there by Tachi was done just for her own amusement. Post that, which is where we're going to be starting up, we have Tempest, who's now training, as he has finally gotten back to dual wielding after a long time trying to have Kuyu become a friend. We have Uzulir, who is way ahead of everybody when it comes to the shopping session. I mean shopping, cough cough. Calasil, who just jumped out the window and was interrogated by Midori as to whether or not Tachi and her kissed. And we have Kushma, who left the building somewhat later than Midori and Calasil. Meaning that unless Midori and Calasil run off immediately, you'll be seeing a Kushma stepping down the, not quite spiral, it's more like a rectangle spiral staircase that leads from the upstairs to the downstairs in the main building where Tachi has her office, let's call it for now. You'll see him walking down and just sort of reconvene, essentially. And this is where we'll pick up. Who wants to go first?
I'm just gonna say that when we are done and Kushma is caught up with you, I would telepathically message Neil and ask where he and Ursula is. So I assume we should do Ursula first.
Well, I was going to say that the whole time that you was having your meeting with Tachi, I had left. So the whole point that I was leaving was to just go and grab Storm to bring her back to the residence of Tachi, where you guys are at. So I don't know how long that would take me.
Not that long, and considering the length of the conversation, I think the particular part with Midori and Calasil was like an hour in real time, ergo also in game time. Meaning giving you an hour or so to ask around, trying to find where Storm is. Seeing as she is the And this is something you'll find out quite quickly while talking to people. She is the leader of... My god, Ruth, that's... What are you doing?
Sorry.
You have a mute button. Use it.
Yeah, I forgot.
And the thing is, she was muted a second ago. She unmuted to do that.
I know. My brain no work today. I had 2 hours sleep.
Oh no.
You hate to see that.
So you're asking around and quite quickly find out that Storm is the governess, if you will, of the Tribe of the Woods. A tribe that you feel like you've heard about before, maybe a long time ago, but sort of in the back of your mind. But you're told that she's up by one of the watchtowers in the northeastern part of the settlement, up where the waterfall that falls into the bathing house is stationed, at the very top of that.
Alright.
It won't take you too long to get up there. Finding a tent, a fairly large tent, the kind of where you just have it there to block out the sun, so you're not going to get roasted while you're trying to plant something over a table. And you do find a couple of individuals up there. You find a... let's see here... Doopy-doopy-doo. You find a minotaur, large, bulky stature, mostly reddish, blackish fur. It's kind of hard to tell, but it has that hue to it that is somewhere in between. Massive horns that curve forward, much like a bull in the sense that you could probably charge someone to death if you wanted to, standing massively tall over this quite small Tasma that is Storm. They seem to be conversing over something nearby one of the tables, with her just sitting on the desk and him sitting in a chair nearby. And when I say chair, I mean stool, because you would break a chair. They seem to be just having a conversation. You notice, as you're walking up there, it's quite steep incline as you're getting up there. You notice that where the waterfall itself springs from and pours over the cliffside is actually a quite small pond. It looks very unassuming, very unimpressive, and yet it produces a massive stream of water. It is magically suspicious, let's put it that way. A little bit further ahead you also see the watchtower that can be seen from further down in the camp itself, down from Corn's Exile. And there's just one person up there just, you know, looking around, being bored. But yeah, you have the tent to approach.
Excuse me, Storm?
Let's see, you overhear a little bit of the conversation. They seem to be talking about a transference of power when it comes to the tribe of Sands, but you don't hear much else as you approach. Storm, sitting on table, sort of waving her feet back and forth because he can't quite reach the ground, just looks over and goes, "Yeah? Oh, sure. It's good to see you again," she says, and she's cocking her head sideways while looking at you, like she's confused.
Yes, I don't really like the way you're looking at me that way. Why are you looking at me so weird?
Well, since Touch seems to like you, I'll be up front. I have a friend named Timber. She's told me about a particular individual who seemed to have a very similar combat style to yours, yet different. It's very interesting.
Right. Where would this individual be?
She hops down from the table and walks over towards you as you're talking. He's in the area, in fact. One of the founders of it. Supposedly very good at what he does. And she's all leaning around, trying to get a look at your neck.
Okay, bit close.
Retract the neck.
Turtle it up. Tachi happened to mention that you was looking for certain materials.
Well, yeah. I'm looking for preferably a lightweight metal of some description that you can't possibly know of. Unless, of course, you have some, in which case I would love to buy it.
I mean, we've happened to come across a said lightweight material that's fairly durable, and as seems like we're going to be together, we should be helping each other out. So, back at Tachi's residence, we have a fair amount.
So you're saying that you finally are going to commit to supporting us?
I mean, I don't speak for everyone of our group, but for my reasons, I believe it's right.
Neat! Let's go back and meet them. Turin, I'll be right back. The Minotaur looks at her and just sort of nods. Alright. So, let's go.
Yeah, this way.
So this metal you got, lightweight, very bendy, useful. What does it do?
Yeah,
Well, I assume it's metal anyway.
we seem to have come across someone's experimentation, some would say, and it was wearing this very, very hard, but yeah, flexible material all over its body, like a insect plating almost. But it seems like it would be somewhat like mithril in a sense.
Neat! And he hastens her pace.
I mean, there's a fair amount of it.
What?
We were thinking of.
This is quite far ahead.
Oh, God. It just catches up.
Neil pedals behind him.
Kind of forgot that Neil was around still.
I got
Yep.
them.
It was this massive griffin just stalking him at all top points. Getting a bit further ahead, so she slows down. So, what's with the griffin, by the way? I don't really understand why you got that. Where did you get that, for that matter?
I'm just looking after him for one of our friends. He's a good boy.
Like a dog?
I mean, he basically is just really big and with feathers and could probably snap a neck or two.
Does he do tricks?
Not that I know of.
Whose is it?
It's Calaseals.
Cool. Starts walking again. Quite quickly. You'd also notice while you're having this conversation with her and walking with her, she is surprisingly built, as in she does not seem to have much fat on her body whatsoever, it's just pure muscle.
Damn.
Damn. So your weapon of choice seems quite interesting. I've not seen anything like it.
I wouldn't think so, and I also don't think you know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm curious.
Well, it's this, she says as she flicks what looks like a handle that she has on a wristband on her left arm at all points. You've seen this before, it looks like a weird ornament perhaps, just this weird handle dangling from a wrist piece. She whips it off into her hand, and as she does, jutting out in crystal formations, becoming a very large, looks like a longbow of some description, juts out in this curved crystalline formation. As she puts her right hand forward and tugs at a string that isn't there, an arrow simply appears, made of what looks like a long, thin, crystalline mass of some description. Just pulls it back slightly. This is my weapon of choice.
Yeah, it looks pretty impressive. Just some of us were a bit curious as to why you had those large things around your side and what they were used for. And I kind of point out the weird, like, spear-looking things.
Well, I am trying to design it to be an anti-dragon type thing, because I can't really think of anything else big that I want to shoot at, but I could probably kill, I don't know, something big with it. I call it a great bow.
Well, that's handy, I suppose. But yeah, it looks.
Let's go with the
Very
handle with the
impressive.
left hand, and the bow just disappears. More shower of blue sparkles.
Yeah, certainly wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Oh no, you really don't want to be that, no. I find that it's actually quite difficult to draw. You might be surprised about the amount of heft. Also, my god, it's heavy. It's gonna be a little bit of time with her just kind of describing how this thing, not how it works necessarily, but how it's supposed to destroy anything it hits. It literally is a great bow in the fashion of you have to anchor it to the ground and then pull it back with literally all of your might to fire a single shot. It has to be anchored to be even fired. About that time, spending a little bit of about, it would maybe be about an hour or so, fitting somewhat nicely with the girls and Krishma exiting the office, so to speak. Tati's office. You can quite easily see for those three of you who are in the area, and Tempest too, because he will be in the vicinity. There's no reason to just run to the other side of town to train. But you'll be able to see Neil in the in the distance as he is this massive blue beacon, essentially walking down this mountainous cliffside.
Right, he's blue.
He's white
Talk about
and
that.
blue. He has blue feathers.
Yeah.
Yes. He is a good
It
boy.
was grey or like brown.
I think
No.
it's white and it fades into blue around his wings, if I recall from the picture.
Exactly. He's a pretty good boy.
Man, we fucking stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, I feel like he'd
You don't
been
say.
in the ocean. Tempest
Ah!
We've taken over the world.
Several days big. But yeah, you all reconvene in front of the temple, and with a very incited looking Storm who's just running straight up to kill a seal. I hear you have stuff for me. Also, can your dog make tricks?
Well, he's more of a griffin, but yeah, he does whatever I tell him to do.
Not the
You
one I
meant
meant. Can your griffin do tricks?
Oh.
Like I just said,
Oh, I see.
he does everything I tell him to do.
What, the dog or your griffin?
My griffin.
What dog?
Oh! Well, what tricks do you know? Sort of looking around, shifty eyes, like, show me.
Kneel on your hind legs.
He stands up on his hind legs, immediately seems to be falling back down, otherwise he'll have to constantly blaze his wings. But he does it, and then plumps back down.
Neil, row over.
He just stands there. Just sort of looks at Ursula because he still has the command to follow him. So,
Give paw?
someone really noise in the background.
Man, Neil, what the fuck?
That's not how you give
something
paw.
on the way here.
Stop for some tacos. The thing is, Griffin, I need to bring out the picture again. I'm pretty sure it's the back legs that aren't. Yeah, so we'd have to actually turn around and give you his paw because he has talons
they're
in
right.
front. So he has to sort of go on the side and reach out one of his legs towards you. But he does it.
He was such a good boy, and I pet his side.
I know. So you got some stuff. Mithril was a little sad.
We probably should go inside somewhere where I can unload this stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. As I check my information about the city. We can head for the watering hole. It should be pretty decent to do there. We can just go inside one of the rooms that aren't being occupied by Tachi's friends, let's call it.
But we was Touchy's friends that are occupying rooms.
She makes a lot of friends.
Ah.
Well, follow me.
Wait.
To
That's
take you
cool.
to the watering hole, which is quite close to the bathing house that you already had been at. It's in the vicinity, so you have a fairly decent view of most of the city as you're going to it. It has a nice little sign out front that has a pond by the looks of things. It's not that massively descriptive, and it doesn't look like it's drawn by someone who spent a million hours on it, but it has a nice, unique style to it. Reminiscent of... I forget what they're called in English, but it's more of a cartoony type, not realistically drawn thing. But you step in, and it is quite quiet, as not many people are free, are not off work, that sort of thing, at this time of day, so it is quite quiet at the moment. Inside you see a fairly well-dressed satyr, in fact. A male satyr. Has long horns, the same kind of bushy legs like Lynn, the other satyr in the area, has. But wearing this very nice red, somewhat like a suit. It looks very dapper. And as soon as you step in, he goes, "Alright, it's good to see you. Come in. Have a seat at the bar. If you need a drink, speak up. Need rooms? Speak up."
We do have rooms here, courtesy of Tachi. We met with your employee earlier, Lynn.
That is right, and there are plenty of rooms. But how many would you need? You can sleep 2 in one room quite easily. There are beds enough. Or the beds are big enough. It depends on which room you take.
How many rooms do we need?
I mean, we could do it in 3, I suppose.
3 rooms then.
What are we doing about Neil?
Neil is standing outside. Do you
He
have
is
a
standing outside, but he'll be just fine.
Okay, he's just gonna be there. Fine.
do you have a stable or something where he has a roof over his head?
Unfortunately, that is not something we do in this particular part of the world. So he will have to be outside and find some shade for himself.
Okay,
I'm sure
We
you're a
can
big
do
bird griffin, right?
definitely. Oui.
Great, you can take care of himself. He'll be fine, just fine. But I'll show you to your rooms. Yeah, no, why not? I'll get the keys. Walks off. Comes back about maybe 2 minutes later or so. Has a actually brings back what looks like a pint of beer with him as well, while he has this little keychain. So, ready to see your rooms?
Oui.
He walks up and he has a amount of spring in his step that makes anyone with a slight OCD kind of worried about the beer that he has, well, the pint he has. It's splushing up to the side every time he takes a step, because it's almost like a springy step every single time, even up the staircases that are in the area. It is so close to spilling, but never does. Very concerning. He unlocks 3 rooms for you, as that was the requested number, and gives you the keys that fit to said lock. You, Tempest, I'll say, notice that the keys seem to be the same key, but nevertheless. As in, it's not the actual same key, it's 3 different keys, but they are basically the same.
They would each fit in each hole, is what you're saying.
It looks that way, but it's not necessarily true. But with slight effort, they might.
Okay.
They're shown to fairly simple rooms. They are effective, but not terrible. These are the rooms you can have. You would have requested 3. 3 you will get. For the time being, you need not worry about the payment. Unless you plan to stay here for long, in which case I'll have to bill you. Okay?
That sounds
Sounds
fair.
good?
Oui.
Wonderful. There'll be music during the evenings. Do not worry about that unless you want to perform something for yourselves, or if you want to bring up some sort of performance to speak. But there'll be entertainment later, and we have our usual I do not know how to explain it to strangers that are outside the city, but we do have some other things that are happening during the nights. Enjoy.
I might join in on some of that music making.
Yeah, you could hit your bongos real good. That would be cool.
But Dory!
What?
Nothing.
Wait, why are you laughing?
Nothing.
Mm,
Sort of he nudges over to Crispin. Your friends have funny humor.
I don't get them sometimes, but it's okay.
David just raises an eyebrow that's basically saying, I'm making a comment to myself, but I'm not disagreeing.
Have a good stay. I'll be downstairs if you need drinks or food of some description. Do just tell us and we will be ready to prepare some food.
Merci.
What?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's what that meant. Okay. Bye bye. He walks off. Well, he springs off more like. You kind of hear the dunk 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 as he's making his way down the stairs.
So, and I carefully unpack the mithril from the bag of holding and put it on the near the bed on the floor, somewhere where there's enough space.
Soon as you pull it out, the room starts smelling quite bad.
Oh, great.
I open a window.
Because you have mithril, which is basically stainless, but not quite. It essentially is stainless for the purposes of D&D. But nevertheless, there are still fragments of creature on the inside of it. So as soon as you pull it out, there's this weird squelchiness to the bottom of it. It's kind of like if it had been covered in grease on the bottom. It's not pleasant.
Does flesh rot in when there's no air?
It's magic, Vicky. Don't worry too much about it.
Okay. Well, here you go. I mean, the fleshy parts, the goop parts still need to be removed properly, but it's a lot of mithril, I think Ursula said what it is.
Yeah, there's about probably 2 full sets of armor worth here.
It's a lot.
That's fucking fancy. How much do you want for all this? Seems to be the material I'm looking for, so yeah, I want it. See that body just pouring all over it. Like he's feeling the metal.
Does anyone here have a clue about mithril, how much that's worth? Do I have a clue about mithril, how much that's worth?
You have no chance. You essentially have nothing in your background that will give you an indication.
That's fair.
The closest ones would be Tempest because of, you know.
Piracy.
I mean, I wasn't gonna go there.
Trade.
Trade.
Seafaring ways.
Mm.
And Ursula because army at some point may or may not have been past it, and as well for Kushma, land trade ways might have given hint.
I think
So the three of you can roll me a history check.
I'm great at history. I know all about this shit.
History is my favorite.
Hey.
Terrible.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Yours is.
We got this.
Wonderful.
I mean, at least we might get closest to the area.
It's a metal.
That's a thing.
Probably a lot more worth than plate armor.
It's hard. It goes click clack.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Shiny metal go ding ding.
Someone's Kenku from across the galaxy. Let's see here. The estimate I had for it has been lost in my notes somewhere, so that's a good start. Fuck's sake.
A minor illusion and abacus that doesn't work and start counting.
More specifically, doesn't work.
It can't move.
Well, so here's the thing. Wait, I skipped something there. It'd be about maybe 400 plus gold because of the amount of mithril you have.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. We need.
Says the wizard.
I mean, yes, the wizard says we need a lot of money.
It's true.
Okay.
That's what you know, but without anything said, she's just sort of pouring over the metal. Well, not Ursula, Kushma and Tempest, I'm pretty sure it's about 400-ish.
I mean, this is like 400 goldish. I don't know how you use this. I feel like it's an armor.
Tempest, what were you saying?
400 sounds about right, sweet.
It's a rough guesstimate.
That's a bit much, but I do not need all of it. I need enough to make a couple of arrows. That is all. Let's see.
That's fine. I mean, we probably want to find a use for it as well. So.
So 200 for half of it, then?
That's way too much, no. I'll take, for the sake of keeping inventory clean, about 10% of it.
40 gold?
Yes.
Right, that's maths, of course.
Yes.
I'm editing loot.
We'll do it that way because it's way easier to do inventory-wise.
So we have 1.8 full sets of armor. Both of Mithril.
I said 1.8 if she's buying 10%.
Because we had 2 full sets of armor,
Oh, I see what you mean.
minus
Yeah, yeah.
10%.
I was thinking completely different numbers there for a moment. Well, I have to go fetch the gold. I don't really carry cash on me. She says, well, so just arms out to the side. She's only wearing what essentially is the quiver, the belt where her stuff is strapped to, and then the fairly short, not short, fairly minimal clothing that they wear in general around this place. Not really much space you can see for carrying anything, really.
I mean, once you have this method, where do you go plan on using it? Exactly. Like, how are you planning on getting it work together? To make arrows, that is.
It shouldn't be that difficult. Puma can help me with that.
Sorry, who?
Well, that's her nickname. Her name is Featherwing. She can help me with that. If not, then Strong Oak can. You look confused. There are the smiths around here.
Okay,
No,
that makes more
we've
sense.
not been around yet properly, so it's nice to kind of know where to go.
Fair enough. I can't run this smithing together. Mostly because there's a lot of work to be done, and they are quite adept, both of them. And just a heads up, they look familiar to each other, but they aren't in family. They aren't related whatsoever. They get kind of weird about that.
They just look similar, but they're different. Like, not.
Yes, they look quite like the creature Puma, which is a creature. You know, the black cat.
Oh.
That's why
Oh.
I call him Puma, because it's much easier that way.
Right, I could count out the names.
And she hates it, it's hilarious.
The smiths were called. What were they called? Can you write
Featherwing
It's
and Strong Oak.
Yep.
Featherwing.
For sure, both of them have... Well, all Tabaxi and most Tasma have shortings of their names. They are just usually called Oak and Feather. Much like I'm Storm and not Storm of the Holy Eye every time.
Oak and Feather. One of them female, one of them male?
Yep.
And both look like a puma.
Yeah, black short fur. Like kind of, you know, Tabaxi-like. She says, well, having her hand out like she's trying to form a snout. Which she doesn't have because she's a Tasman. She's mostly human in her facade.
Both are blacksmiths. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. I'm excited. I'm gonna be right back, actually.
Wait.
She walks up to the window, opens it calmly, then jumps
window.
out.
Oh,
Oh.
I mean, big people do that.
There's
That will
doors,
be
but
useful.
sure.
You see a small... and she lands, and then she runs off.
We should probably get the rest of the mithril cleaned up a bit so that it doesn't stink every time we unpack it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let me find somewhere I can get rid of it, get rid of the excess, as you would say.
I mean, we could also put them into a fire pit because the mithril shouldn't melt, but
That's
it would
true.
get rid of the flesh.
it would just burn off.
Wait.
We could do that. Maybe we go to the smith and just have them help us with that. They have like a big fire pit, probably.
So, but they might not want stuff in that.
We can make our own fire pit then, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, and we need to do some shopping. Material. Okay, what is our shopping plan for today? Also, I already added the 40 gold.
Yay, money.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of good on stuff right now. I don't need.
Well, I need ingredients for the new spells that I've learned. Especially if you wanna go. I mean, our journey brings us to the area
Mm-hmm.
and to Yenaris, right? We have two things that we want to look into: the Forge of Creation, which is in Emonden. Lunar Hearts, I think, was in relation to Yenaris, and Secret of the Area is, of course, Eri related.
Of course.
Makes sense.
And I learned the capabilities of bringing us to the Eri and Yenaris, but I need ingredients for that.
Okay, we can get ingredients for some trips. We'll see.
It's right.
I've also
Okay.
learnt from Storm that apparently the reason she's looking at me funny is that there's someone that looks like me who's at the Airy.
Oh.
She did call you a dog, so I'm assuming she kind of could tell.
Also, that reminds me, Tachi, I think, mentioned something of that the fighting style that Ciara was using kind of reminded her of you, Celia.
Right.
Ooh.
I'm remembering correctly, right? I just have written down ask Usulia about Ciara's combat style.
No, I think
You are
it was to
misremembering
ask me
entirely.
about. It was to ask me about the fighting style that she had.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm
correct.
misremembering. It was an hour ago, but it felt like 2 weeks.
Well, 1 week.
Yeah. Shut up.
Wait,
Yeah.
so do you know who that other person is? Who's there?
No clue. All I know is she has a friend here called Timber. Knows
Ooh.
more, so I'll probably
She
speak
knows
to them
Timber?
at some point. Huh?
Wait, you know who Timber is?
Oui, she is Tabaxi that I've one of my only friends really in the area.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently.
Coincidences.
She was basically messenger, so to speak. One of the few people capable of climbing the area by themselves.
Well, yeah, apparently this Timber knows more, but I don't know why. Let's say it is someone of the Order that's there. Why would they be there?
Same reason why you are here, to get the information.
Yeah, but is there really anything bad at the Airy?
We won't know until we go there.
We were planning to go in there anyway, so might as well search that out.
Yeah.
If you want, I could send a message to Timber, since I know her, but it would take another spell slot, and
That's fine. Don't worry
Tachi
about
asked
that.
me to. Yeah.
Speaking of sending messages, if you
Yeah.
have the time, I don't know how much you need to commit for Tachi, but
I don't
been a
know.
bit.
If I can, I will save a spell slot for you.
Okay, we'll talk about it in the evening.
Yeah. I need to do some math right now. Where's my buying list there? You
I'll
can
also
continue
say,
talking.
Calasil, give me a history check.
We'll see. History. 27. I
kinda hoping
rolled
you would
really
roll super
good.
low.
I rolled really good for a change.
Yay.
I'm so happy.
Nearly a natural, blimey.
Ooh.
So, with your studious mind and the fact that you spent a long time in the area and seen some things here and there, it occurs to you that if you do teleport the entire party up there, that's gonna be one very, very big complication. The fact that you go from sea level to 1.5 kilometers, give or take, in the altitude is gonna be rough. You have never had this effect happen to you, because it's never really been an issue. Even when you've flown up there at max speed, you have not been affected by anything. But
Air pressure.
do recall that there could be a couple of complications for creatures that are not used to the area and its altitude.
Is it just the air pressure, John, or might there be something more?
In short, it's referred to as high altitude sickness.
Yeah, air pressure and then lack of oxygen, I assume.
Yeah. There are a number of things that can happen.
Is there any
result
way,
of
or
that.
would I know of a way to prepare us for that?
Acclimating, magic. There's a couple of ways, but
How
you have to
do
find
how
out.
would
Thing is, you don't have the specifics because it's not something that they have taught you. It's just something that you have learned by
okay?
seeing occasional things here and there, like a guy throwing up blood, for instance.
Well, that's not good. I relay that to the group.
Yeah, I don't want to happen.
Sounds that would put it off.
Hmm.
Definitely want to look into that.
I wouldn't know how to look into that. Nadori, you are our healer here. Do you have any ideas?
Maybe don't you have a teacher there or something you could message and ask if they know anything?
I
Me?
could,
Or pencil.
but I only have so many spells.
Do all
You're
this.
a wizard. This is your problem.
Is there a way I can find out more? Or
Maybe you can do some researching. Maybe you can ask Tachi. Maybe you know something already.
Maybe
They'll
you have
adopt it,
something
huh?
to make us feel better once we get there. Would that help?
I mean, yeah, we've dealt with pain before. You know the big fucking explosion when we closed the portal? We can deal with it.
Not so much pain as in more of just feeling better. Do you have something for that?
I have
There's a
jokes.
thing when you go in the ocean and you come up too fast, it really messes with your insides. I assume this is kind of the same thing. This is not something you just tolerate.
I'm guessing jokes won't help that then.
No. Or cure wounds, as you suggested. I was thinking more not something that hurts us, but just something that might make us feel alright.
Uslayer, shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
No feet Sam just running around in circles outside.
I don't know if you guys were hinting that there's something that I have or not. My brain is not working. So
I was hinting at one thing, but that was just me guessing and also Usalea guessing. Quite conveniently. Because I'm not going to bother looking it up.
You know that one spell that clears most ailments?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that's the restoration, right?
I was going to say something that you might,
That's
That
what I
might
was
be
thinking, but I was role-playing it.
I
something
don't
that
have
might be able
that.
to restore us, but we don't need a great version. Just kind of
A decent version. It does the restoration part of it. That's the main part.
not the pain, but, just to feel better.
I don't have that spell.
That's what you did.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
Get me all stressed for nothing.
Alright, we need to level up again so much more we can get that spell.
Yeah.
When you level recently, it's gonna be a while.
Alright, we're gonna spend the next 30 sessions just fighting boars in the forest to level.
just, everyone grind. No, just think happy thoughts and maybe it won't be that bad.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll help.
We could probably find something for it. Maybe.
Maybe there might be a healer or something in town who can give us something, or
Yeah.
even if we want to go back to Goldboy, there might be someone.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or we travel all the way back to Goldboy and just do it the old-fashioned way and have Galasila and Neil fly us up.
It's a real long trip,
Mm,
and
walking.
yeah. I
need
mean,
a,
go ahead.
I need 120 gold right now and 50 gold for later.
That's all.
For what?
That's pretty much all of it, isn't it?
Yeah, we have like what? We'll have.
We'll have 168 gold and 8 platinum after we get the money here.
Oh, you've already removed it.
I already moved. What do you mean? I have already removed the parts that we sold and got, and the money that we'll get.
Oh, my loot tab is just being with them. Never mind.
Yeah. We have 168 gold and 8 platinum right now, and if I do what I want to do, then we will need 170 gold. But I
Sure.
can move stuff from there, because right now I plan just ingredients. I mean, the one thing that I've commissioned, which is a 50 gold. Then I would love to give Midori another diamond, which is another 30 gold.
That would
I mean,
be
do we have
handy.
things that we want to sell if we can?
Yes, we have some stuff to sell that are in the
But
sell.
like
price.
even stuff that people have that they don't want anymore.
I mean,
Maybe.
I have this book, right? And I mean, like in 100 years, it could be useful, but
Then try to sell it.
like, what if I live for 100 years?
Well,
Will
that's
you?
your decision.
What's the average lifespan for a tabaxi?
Not 100 years.
Then you probably won't. I'm not trying to be a downer, but
Because I could sell the reforming shuriken if I could, and then maybe
Do you think people?
something.
Do you think people will buy like magic shit here? I mean,
Maybe.
They
They are
might.
fighting a war. I'm sure they could
Oui.
take every advantage we give them.
it's true.
Yeah. And currently in our marked for selling pile, we have an aquamarine that's worth 50 gold and 6 lapis lazuli that are worth 1 gold each.
Oh fuck, that's good.
Yeah. So
I
we
mean-
have 56 gold in theory in the market for selling. So the things that I want to buy is the thing that I commissioned for 50 gold, a diamond for Revivify for 30 gold, so that we have another warning just in case. 2 castings of Legend Lore, which would total 70 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 teleportations, which would be 20 gold.
Okay.
Especially, I think Legend Lore might be very handy with the Lunar Heart and the other hearts.
I mean, people here might even accept straight trades for stuff. So
Very well, could be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, I don't think there is big magic shop items or magic shop sellers here, you know.
exactly, but they might still want it.
Yeah, we'll get money out of this. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
But yeah, that would total, well, it would total 120 right now plus 50 later.
Mhm.
That's fine.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Does anyone have any needs right now for ingredients or stuff like that?
other than another diamond, but that's not in. Well, it's not
That-
a need. It's just a. Yeah.
That's what I just said. Did you not
I-
listen to me?
No, I did. I was just reiterating it.
Busy nipping
Yeah.
in the corner.
No. I was just saying that's the only thing I would need
Okay.
Perception
Ex-
checks.
in case of death.
Exactly, and I think that's very important that you have 2 diamonds and not just 1.
Hmm.
Can
Because
press-
what if 2 people die in one battle? Well, time to flip a coin.
Exactly. Exactly, that's my thinking.
Hey Vicky,
Yes?
your proficiency is still 3.
No, it's not.
On your history roll it says.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, true.
That's weird. It shows me my proficiency bonus though.
Your shit's broke, yo.
Yeah, you're right. It should be a +9. I don't know how to fix it.
It can be fixed by going up to a higher level and then going back down. Sometimes the sheet need to refresh itself that way.
That's what I
Inward.
did.
Whatever.
Yeah, now it's fixed. So that was a 28 on history.
Every roll can help.
Well, I'll give you the bonus information of by far most people that get to the area earn their way to the area.
Why
which
are
something
you
Calacine
always?
already knew.
Why are you always dangling shortcuts for us and then say, yeah, you know the thing that you just got, you can't use it because people will die.
Well, I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm
He's
just,
just saying there are consequences.
I'm just suggesting that you need information that Calacine wouldn't have had so far. Also, dampest perception check. God damn it!
I didn't hear you say.
No, it was in the chat.
It's
I wrote it in
Roll.
chat because people were talking, and I wanted to have the check happen at the same time and not interfere.
There's a doggo blocking my
The immersion's ruined.
So you notice, fairly unstealthily, a pair of small ears that are poking up past the windowsill. A particular
Oh.
Tasman that have been peeking in on the conversation for a little bit. Just hang on the outside of the building.
You can come in now.
Storm pokes her head over this windowsill and just looks, "Aw, saw me.
Do you not want to use doors? Like, is that not a thing?
Why would I don't need to."
Are you
Crawls
like a
in the
vampire?
window.
Do you need to be invited in?
No.
Inside check? Question mark.
Sort of looks around with shifty eyes. No.
I narrow my eyes at her. She's totally a vampire.
Yeah, that's why I walk around in the sun all the time. I'm totally in the best place to be a vampire.
Look, man, we've seen some weird stuff. I don't trust anything nowadays.
Just looks around at each of you in turn. Yeah, I bet you have. So anyway, I've got some gold for you.
Ooh.
Give me.
Who wants it?
Me.
Alfie's already like in her face with grabby hands.
I think she wants it.
Just give it to her.
But that's not fun. Okay, anyway, here you go.
Merci. Put it in pocket.
What?
One thing I've learned, it's not
Thank
to get
you.
in her way.
Well, I'll take these pieces. Ew. That real sticky. Have to take
Yeah,
it by
it's,
bush first then. God damn it.
It's a fun time to carve off.
I can imagine. God, fucking. Just picking pieces up like. Ugh.
You should have seen what it was like getting it off the creature.
Eh. Just picking up pieces like, I'm sticky. This goop is kind of dripping down her at this point because it's still a lot to, what's the word? Lift because of the way it's been carved off. I guess I'll have to use the door. Lame. Tosses it out the window, then jumps after it. You hear the clatter of it hitting and then her impacting. Surprisingly softly. A moment after, thank you! She walks off with it.
No worry.
You know,
I
for
like
her
her.
being like a leader of like a clan or some shit, she is surprisingly laid back.
I like her quite a lot. She has manners.
Shit, that
Right.
bitch has not once used a doormat in her life.
She's really nice. So, Ursula, do you remember anything weird about Sierra's combat style? Anything that looked familiar?
History check. With advantage.
Oh, thank God for that advantage.
Good
Whoa.
pick! Good pick,
He hurt himself in his confusion.
History's not my strong suit.
Would be fucking
Get
hilarious.
your own fighting class.
Critical one is like, how do I fight?
Who am
What
I?
is combat?
There are fighting styles.
Sort of look at your own sword like, how do I fight?
I just
Do I-
swing it about.
Do I hold
Hope
the
for the
sharp?
You're just holding the sharp part. The entire
Yeah.
time.
Do I hold the sharp end to hit them with the handle? Ouchie!
Yeah, yeah.
Short swords are bludgeoning weapons, right?
That's where the phrase hitting people came from. Because the blunt end. No, so, as for that particular part, you do recall from before the war broke out with the Vidanians that there were a number of people around your, what's the word, city, that had a different combat style. You've been trained somewhat in it as well, but wasn't really part of your father's training because he was of a different school, so to speak. But there are what in real life would be considered Eastern fighting types. Most of them stemming from the elven part of the culture of this world. In-game now, we're talking. By far most of it is influenced on the use of katanas and the Order of Samurai, that subclass of fighter that exists in the game. And most of it consists of don't get hit, kill the enemy fast. Meaning, it essentially is an Eastern combat style, or in this case, Elven combat style.
Yeah, it's very much an elven style of combat. Not one that I trained in, but it's very rare. Especially back in the war days.
You have any idea where exactly she would have been able to train that, or
It's just
You-
elven style, so it's from wherever she was brought up from.
I will give you the bonus information of 50 odd years ago, the Beast Tribes, as now called, actually lived around Tenbury Troughton and Lake Adore, that sort of woodland area. And of course way south of that as well. That used to be their homelands. They've been pushed into the desert.
interesting? Good to know. What is the fighting style called that you're using, Musalia?
Hit and hope for the best.
Oh, I do it too.
No,
It's called two-weapon fighting.
Is that its full name?
well, no, I learnt using two weapons during with the order, but with back in war days it was sword and board.
A fighting style called
Fighting style called Try Not to Die.
Hit and hope for the best.
Have to.
Like,
Have to. Have
You
to.
what?
Yeah, he's the same fighting style.
So
I think it's the most versatile fighting style. Everybody uses it.
So she learned fighting from elves. So what? Is this supposed to be meaning something?
Maybe.
Well, I
maybe
mean,
not.
she's not an elf,
No shit.
so that's a strange one to an extent.
No, I understand that.
But again, being part of the beast tribes in conjunction with the elves, I suppose it's not too out of the ordinary.
Stuff was different 50 years ago, I suppose.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Mm,
Hey, kill a seal. History check.
Ooh.
the +4 for
16.
Oh, you hate to see that.
Okay, good enough. A bit of information slips your mind, but the thing that does pop into your head is the fact that the Ren Khan is an elven artifact as well.
Right.
So that's what Storm has, right?
Yes.
But that's not her bow, is it? That's different.
That's the thing on her hand. The thing that she showed you.
Yeah.
So, crammed in a small room with a bunch of mithril sticking up it. Sticking up the room.
Right, are we gonna buy some shit?
I mean, did Tachi need to know about this fighting style of hers?
I mean, I can mention it when I help her later on.
I mean, I did want to speak to her about the that book that we found about all the other artifacts that are supposedly on this continent, but maybe not on this continent.
We have a book about that?
Yeah. We picked it up in the that weird area with the hunter.
The research journal.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
the
the
books about
96.6
experiments
cave.
and ancient artifacts. Right, I have that on me right now, apparently.
Apparently.
According to the loot table, I have that on me. I forgot that part.
I did write it down. Like the
Yeah.
different artifacts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
maybe she knows of some of them, where they might be.
Maybe those correspond with the ones that she mentioned to us.
Because, well, apparently, according to this book, Ren Khan wasn't on this continent, but turns out it is now.
Right, I remember.
Okay.
So maybe others might be.
When Khan's in the link sentence, Tripper's tail. Submission was on this continent, Kuya was on this continent, and out of life stealing is unknown.
You know, it's weird. We do have submission, but it's like doesn't feel like an artifact to us.
Well, it had a very strong entity living in
You
it.
know, fair enough. I mean, we kind of did remove the pizzazz from it.
Wait.
Still a pretty powerful weapon.
Yeah, I mean, just no one here wants to use whips.
I'll give
Okay.
you this hint. That, and you have not once checked it afterwards.
You know,
I
That is not-
have!
It has not been used once afterwards.
Oh, it
it's not
hasn't
been
been.
used, but you have
I
checked
thought
it.
I thought I identified it after.
Mhm.
And nothing
Made my
changed.
speaking, but
Yeah.
it has been dormant, let's say.
Well, it's Midori's. She has to use it. Do you want to
That's
call
on
your
her.
baby? So do you wanna talk to Tachi now and while we go shopping, or
We could do Tachi afterwards.
yeah, because I have to return to Tachi anyway after.
Yeah, we'll go there afterwards.
Yeah. Let's get the ingredients. Also healing potion check.
None.
Who has how many?
I have one.
I have one.
I have a regular and I have one of the blood root.
Mm-hmm. Ursula?
Yeah.
None. You said.
None.
And I have. I don't think I have any. No, I have one and one blood rule.
Ooh.
So we should get a couple, so that everybody has at least two, I would say.
If we can, sure.
If they have them.
Yeah. It's 5 gold per healing potion, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ursula would need 2. Kushma needs at least 1.
Just one.
And Midori needs also a 1. So we would need 4 in total if we want to have everybody have at least 2. So that would be another 20 gold. We have the money.
We have the money, I guess.
We. Okay. Let's go shopping.
Yay.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
Try-
it's just that I don't really buy stuff because I don't have armor. I just have this fucking spear now. And the axe, I guess.
Oh god.
It kind of... I don't need stuff, so it's on you.
Luna, why did you fart?
Ah.
God
Yeah,
damn
it's
it.
totally Luna.
I'm gonna throw Luna out on the balcony. Give me a second.
We have a balcony.
Talking about
Where
her
he
own
thinks
dog.
no one's coming. Yeah. Well, while she's doing that, let's just go. Start on this.
Why did you have to put things in our womb?
There we
So-
go.
Looking around a bit, it doesn't take you particularly long to find out that there is a a station for trade in the area. It doesn't look particularly big, and most of it seem to be goods that are either still still packed away. There's no feet
Yeah,
Sam just
nuclear.
running around in circles. 4 feet Sam is his name now called. You find out that there is a small store run by an individual that you quite quickly find out is called Happy Marble.
Oh, the store is called that, or the individual is called it?
In general, you find out that places don't really have names around here necessarily, but they tend to be named after the person that runs it. So the best chances you have to name any of these places is just by their owners. And this particular one is Happy Marble. It is a orange-furred male tabaxi that seems, as his name suggests, kind of jolly, just going about his day, just humming to himself. He's just moving things around, setting things up. Seems like he's preparing orders from people, for people rather. Just, going about his day. You enter and find an assortment of just stuff. It's quite the mess, but it seems like there's still an order to it. And you can't quite tell if it's alphabetical or per type of ware that it is, as in the purchase ware stuff. But there's just a mess around it, and it's a lot of stuff. As soon as you are in the vicinity and he notices you guys after having hummed about for a bit, looks up and goes, "Oh, hello. So how can I be of help to you? Do you need
Well,
stuff?"
quite a bit of stuff, mainly ingredients for magical spells and some healing potions. Do you know where we can get those?
That might be a tall order.
Wait.
You might want to keep your wolf on a leash.
I'm trying!
Sam, shh.
I'm casting silence every time I'm not talking.
Well, let's take one thing at a time, shall we? So, potions, yes?
Healing potions.
Wonderful. Normal or greater?
Normal, I think.
Okay,
For-
how many?
4 for now.
4 for 4. 4 for 4.
4.
4.
4.
Alright, I've got 4. Somewhere. Give me a second. Starts looking
Okay.
around, starts rummaging. Can't seem to find it immediately, goes over to where he seems to have a lot of papers and such, pulls out a little, it looks like a clipboard originally, like a blank piece of wood, pulls it out, takes a couple of papers, puts them on, starts writing through it. I have, ooh, that one. Puts it down, goes over and pulls up what looks like a little crate, like you'd see nowadays for a 6-pack of beer, that sort of little crate type thing. Pulls up, there seems to be 5 bottles in there, pulls them up. So, I have these are spare, there's 5 healing potions here, they're normal, they're standard, they're pretty awesome, they are wonderful. Do you want to buy?
You said you have 5?
Yep.
We would take the 5. I think so. Yeah,
Right.
we're taking the 5.
Great, great, we'll put that right here.
Yeah.
Yes, right there, right here. Sort of puts
Yes.
it on the desk, then moves it a few times. Like, right here. Moves it again. Right there. Spins it. Here. Good enough. You needed materials for magic? Yes?
We. Give me a second, I need to change tab. First and foremost, I need rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems. Worth 5 gold per cast. In total, that would be worth 20 gold.
That is super weird. Just sort of
Those
looks at you
weird
for a
people.
while. I'll take a look. Do my best. Tiptoes over to where you put the clipboard with the notes down. Realizes that it's the wrong notes, pulls out some new ones. Starts rifling through it. A good maybe 5 minutes goes past while it's just going through papers. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Nope. Nope. Yes, nope. Nope. Just continues this for a little bit. Ooh. Yes. How much did you need of what again?
In total, I need 20 gold worth of rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems.
I have chalk. I have precious gems. The infusing you kind of have to do yourself.
Can I do that myself, John?
It's like enchanting any other item, yeah.
Yeah, I need 20 gold worth of that.
Combined?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Give me. Okay.
Is he okay?
It just looks really confused at this point. Just sort of looking at Killer like, what? What would you need this for?
Spells!
But he starts looking around and seems to rifle through some stuff. Finds a bit of chalk, puts it in a small pouch. Finds a few gems. Seems like he's weighing them up in his hands like, not this one. Not this one. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one.
It's magic.
Puts the pouch on the desk. That should be about 20 gold. It's worth.
Okay, perfect. Then next up. Do you have a diamond worth 30 gold?
Yep.
Wow, just like that. Holy shit.
30 gold. We'll take that as well.
Oh, you wanna buy it? Oh, maybe not. Need to check. Goes over. Starts spending some time.
Here's a diamond. It's 30 gold.
Owned. Sold. That's not a diamond. That's not a diamond. That's not a diamond. That's too small. That's what she said.
Oh!
Are you okay? Do you need a hug?
I'm fine. Here we are. Comes back. With a, again, jovial and just happy smile of someone who just doesn't seem like he's altogether there necessarily. Puts the diamond down. There we are.
We're doing so great. That's
Yeah.
the diamond. Then I need 4 ivory strips worth 5 gold each, so 20 gold in total.
Woof.
So you need tusks.
Ivory strips. I don't know what that means.
Weird. I have ivory. Probably. But strips? That's weird. I go
You
look.
tell me.
Just standing there for a good half a minute or so, just calmly going, weird. But why? That's okay. Sure. I'll go look. Then finally goes and actually take a look for it. Comes back for a few moments later, surprisingly quickly compared to the other things. Puts down what can only amount to about a full, what's the word? Elephant tusk worth of ivory stuff. Here's a bunch. How much?
4 ivory strips worth 5 gold each.
Sure. Push down 4.
Okay, perfect. And the last thing I need is, give me a sec, incense for 25 gold. That twice, so 50 gold
Okay.
worth of incense.
What kind of smell do you want? We have a strawberry, which is kind of imported and really cool. We have dragon fruit. We have water. We have kink root, which does have the effect you expect. We have sand, which is kind of boring and bland around here, but it sells other places. We have grass.
Are they different, expensive, or do I need to pay extra for the scents?
Oh no, most of them are the same cost except for the kink root, which has an effect that makes it slightly more expensive, but the rest, yes. They smell awesome though.
Then I want
Mystic.
the dragon fruit.
Okay, cool.
What the fuck is this guy selling?
Incense worth 50 gold.
Incidentally, you do have an alchemist in the group. That particular expensive one he's referring to It's a type of drug, but not as in drug. It just has drug-like effects. I believe you actually have bumped into this one before in a hidden... What's it called? You found it in a bush a long time ago.
In a bush.
I forget what it's called.
Shrub?
No, that the thing you also have on balconies that you plant things in.
Pot? Planter?
I guess. It would be a planter is the best word I can think of, yeah. You thought of, rather. You found a hidden planter with this particular root in it a long time ago. But anyway, dragon fruit, yes, okay, cool. Might not have that much of that particular kind. Is that okay? You can mix and match.
Yeah, can you give me 25 worth of the dragon fruit and 25 of strawberry then?
Not what I meant. I mean, as in I don't have enough of one kind to provide you 25 gold's worth of. That's quite a lot of incense.
Oh, fair. Then mix and match with the strawberry.
You know that game where you just put your hands around a bunch of sticks and let them fall to a table and start picking the sticks up without moving them too much? That's essentially what it gives you, but with incense sticks. It's this massive bundle. Here you go.
Oh, merci. Okay. Guys, do you need anything else?
Probably not from here.
Not in particular.
I think we're set.
Okie dokie. Then let's tally this up if we don't need anything else. Is there any discount for large buyers?
Well... Give me a persuasion check.
Why do I always do the shopping?
To be fair, we all really.
You're the one that
God
buys
damn
it.
You could have asked. You could have asked.
I could have batted my eyelashes and given you guidance.
Bit too late.
You have a boyfriend who's good at this.
Exactly, why aren't you doing this?
Because you didn't ask. Let me jump in.
You had enough time to jump in by yourself.
Oh, well.
He just goes, oh, no.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Please.
Sarah's pulling out the shotgun.
No. Next time, maybe don't bring your noisy dog. He just looks at my door while still saying this.
I'm not a dog.
No, I'm telling you that your little friend is a noisy dog. He barks.
He's
Like
vocal.
bark, 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 bark.
Right. Well,
Do you get your stuff? Give me gold.
145. I give him 145.
He takes it. Happily. Clink, 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 clink. Clink, clink, clink.
Okay, I need to write this down. You guys can do whatever you want.
Well, what else do we need to buy?
Well, we can go check out the armorer.
Yeah, we can maybe see about burning
If
off.
we can commission anything for this, maybe someone will know how to work it.
Yeah,
Good idea. Shall we go?
yeah.
Let's go. We're now
I give Midori the second diamond.
Thank you.
Yay!
Mark that
Shiny.
down. You have a
Yes.
second revivify.
Yeah.
Looking around for a bit, you fairly quickly find the oaken feather smithing area. Its open forge is a fairly sturdy looking building, mostly made of stone and iron, depending on where you are. Most of the forge itself seems to be just, stone, like you'd expect, but there are some iron stilts here and there that seem to be supporting the weight of something, an upstairs of some kind. It's hard to tell when you're just where you are. It doesn't look to be very big in general. The smoke that has been billowing out of the forge itself is just going as you'd expect. They're just working along. There is an atmosphere of they're just working. Side by side, not chatting, but just, working. These two very short-furred, very black, puma-looking tabaxi, just doing nothing. Both of them look like they're quite built as well, as they've been doing this for quite a while, by the looks of things.
So this must be what were they? Oak and wing, I assume.
Feather.
Feather. Oak.
Yeah.
Okay, healing potions real quick.
Oh,
Ursula, you get 3 healing potions, regular.
okay.
Kushma, I think you said you had only 1.
I have 1 normal potion.
Yeah, you get 1 normal potion.
I have 2.
Midori, you also said you only had 1, right?
Yep.
You now have a second one. Write
Yay.
that down. Perfect. So those are distributed. Perfect. Yes, Dora, I know.
Yeah, sure. Right, so we're going to get commission stuff.
Well, we can see what they have, and yeah, maybe they can do something with this.
Sure, lead the way.
I'll step towards them.
Okay. They're not really per se acknowledging you. They sort of see that you're there and then wait for you to actually, do anything. They just sort of keep going, basically.
Sorry to bother you.
Which one of them are you approaching? Male or the female? Oak or feather?
The female.
Okay. Just continue working for a moment, but her ears sort of tilt in your direction.
We've been pointed to your direction for something you might be able to help us out with.
She picks up the weapon that he's working on and stuffs it in a barrel of water, takes off the blacksmithing gauntlets and looks at you for the first time in however long you've been here. Well, I'm certainly a person that can help you with some crafting and smithing should you need it. Starts sort of walking around you. Like she's taking measurements in her mind, just preparing for what's about to come. What do you need?
Right. I'll go to Calisil's bag of holding and just pull out like a piece of this mithril chitin stuff.
Okay.
We have a fair amount of this stuff. Seems pretty durable. Could be used for making armor or something.
So you're the ones that fed Storm some of this material as well. Interesting.
Yeah, that's correct. Has she already made her things here?
Oh yeah, she's already been here.
Oh, that was quick.
Yes, she did mention that she stopped by Bush first to get it purified, because my god, it stinks. I'm guessing this part hasn't been tanned. Not that it can, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was an interesting find, put it that way.
I can imagine. Usually you find this sort of thing in an ore form, but not in armor. It's already been worked. Interesting. I take it you want an armor piece or something like that made out of it?
Maybe, yeah, for me and my friend over here, maybe. We have almost 2 full sets of armor worth of it. About £27 worth.
Well, depending on the type of armor you'd like us to make, we can certainly help you with that. As for that, the reference will be in the book. There are different types of different types of armor that can be made out of it. You'll just have some more benefits, essentially, because it's mithril.
Well, maybe he was thinking of perhaps maybe 2 sets of half plate.
That.
2 sets of
How much did you say you had in the material?
We have about £27. I'm kind of looking at Tempest, like saying, "You want some?"
I mean, it's not really anything I can use.
You can't use. We have light armor, or heavy, or medium.
I have light.
Oh, you have light. Okay, maybe
I
not.
could replace the studs. Points at the studs in his leather. I could replace that. That's what I thought I would do.
look metal as shit.
Metal is shit. I
Well.
just realised what you said.
Yeah.
Ed, golf. Sorry.
Well, sorry. Maybe one set of half blade and I don't know. Maybe something else that might be help this guy here. Want to tell us?
I'm not
you put on a
particularly
weapon?
sure. Oh, we'll get back to that in just a moment. Not
Ooh.
particularly sure that we can make half plate out of this. It's a bit of a complicated metal to work with. It'll be more suited for breastplate or chain shirt, that sort of thing. It'll be less cumbersome as those other products tend to be.
Right.
And for the game terms, it will become light armor as well. Because that's one of the things metal does in this case.
Fuck yeah.
Essentially, it's the qualities of the medium armor, but light instead. It does not remove the dexterity cap, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
In which case, that probably wouldn't do me that great.
Yeah.
It'd still be about the same.
I'm saying because
Yeah, it would be the exact same actually. Would just weigh slightly less.
I mean I already have medium armor master.
The funny thing is that would actually disable that.
Yeah.
Nice.
We could just sell it as well.
I mean, yeah, we could just sell it.
Wait, can we put it on weapons? This is something I should know.
Oh yeah.
It'd be very useful.
You can certainly put it on, well, not on weapons per se, but you can make weapons out of it. They'll be sturdy and somewhat more flexible. They won't break, don't worry about that. And they'll be significantly lighter.
Could be useful for some people.
Yeah.
I like mine heavy, but you know.
And the funny thing is it'll remove the heavy feat from any feature, rather, from any weapon. Completely
Don't hold it.
disabling your heavy weapons master.
No thanks.
Oh, this is great.
Fucking great that no one could use it. Really valuable, really awesome material. And you're all like, I have a really specialized thing that I do that it disables.
I can't wear armor. Midori can't wear armor.
Maduric one.
Well,
like,
if you make light armor
Can
out of
I?
it, it becomes no armor class basically. No armor restrictions.
I could wear armor.
Well, maybe
Me.
Battery could use it.
we could wait, Midori, you can use.
Kind of too.
For
Wait.
clarification, Vicky, though, you cannot use mage armor at the same time.
I know, but it
Okay,
might be
good.
better. That's
The
what I'm
level
checking
one
right
stuff.
now.
Warlocks get light up, correct?
I don't know.
I believe they
Also,
get
Ruth is not
medium,
here.
actually.
Ruth's not here.
Well,
I'm
Keep doing
back.
BRB.
oh hey, speaking of,
Yes.
you can use like a light arm, but you just like do the mage thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, this like downgrades it a stage. We could get you medium armor that's light, so you could wear medium armor.
Okay.
That could be useful.
Yeah. Might help me to get hurt less.
Mhm.
Remember, you can't use mage armor while wearing armor.
Okay.
But
Do
then
you
can
even use mage armor?
Yeah,
She
it's
ha-
always active.
She has it on permanently.
Oh yeah,
essentially,
that's right.
because, you know,
Yeah, she
warlock.
has that.
There's a warlock thing.
But then you could do something else instead of mage armor.
Essentially, you can have a breastplate made out of this, and it'll increase your AC by 1.
It's not worth it for me. I don't have enough
Mm.
X modifier.
Exactly. Essentially at this point we find out it's only useful for either making some lightweight weapon for those of you who want to make finesse weapons, because we can also do that, or increase Midori's AC by very little.
1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could you not like get it even? Well, it's actually kind of expensive. But if we try for like half plate, that would be.
It doesn't work with that particular
No.
Never mind.
thing. It has to be breastplate or chain shirt, or light armor of any kind.
Fuck.
The only thing I could think of would be
With this
if we
myth,
could
anyway.
make a weapon out of it to give me something like a long sword, if it would be finesse.
Yeah.
was-
Longsword or maybe some arrows.
Yeah. On a different note, John, with the flash rock thing, is there a way to remove that?
From the weapon?
Yeah.
Not that you know.
The
Kushma doesn't know particularly much about smithing, and he does not know. He knows even less about enchantment smithing.
I will ask people at the right time.
Shut up, flip flop.
Permission to put Sandal in the game.
Nope.
Well, I mean, we could just sell it, I guess, or make like a fancy weapon.
Yeah, Tempest, would you want to maybe get a weapon out of this?
Again, looking at even longsword, it might not be that beneficial to me.
Like, we got to do something with this, man.
We can sell it. It's so much
I
money.
think a longsword would be basically the same thing as my rapier.
Fine. Money it is.
Fuck's sake. This is awesome. Really awesome material. No one can use it.
No one's using it.
Curses.
What does a chain shirt do?
But the only thing you can do that would be really cool of a change is technically to make finesse axes for Kushma. Not for Kushma, for Tempest. For no reason other than to do it. There's no reason for it, but you could.
I could get another spear, but again, that breaks my build.
This is the least beneficial awesome material in the history of this game.
What would it do for arrows? If we could make them into arrows? Or
They
arrow
count
tips?
as magical?
Nope. They're just half the weight.
That's
So
just
instead of
half the weight.
weighing 0.0001 pounds, it weigh half that.
Well, seems as we don't really have a use for it, maybe you guys might be interested in buying it off us.
Oh, 20 arrows actually weighs a pound, so it'd be... Yeah, never mind. It's kind of pointless for arrows. For javelins it would be decent, but...
Of infinite arrows.
Yeah. You guys are pretty set in that department.
Or maybe, maybe for selling to you or trades for what you have here already.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't need it, we could use it for our efforts in the future, so that's actually not a bad idea. We have some armor sets about that aren't currently being used, either for lack of occupant or they simply have been finished recently and not given an owner just yet.
The wolf amulet I have, which has detect magic, does that actually show me what is magical or just that magic is in the area?
Because it's the cheap version, it only shows you magic is within the 30 feet radius.
Okay.
And of course your party's stuff is excluded from it. Otherwise it would be pointless.
I mean,
I
I'll
just
use
checked
it
in,
anyway.
I checked that the breastplate would actually reduce my AC by 1.
Wonderful. Okay, using your medallion, there is... I need to double check actually. Yes, exactly, Felix. There is nothing that triggers your medallion. It is still and calm.
Okay.
So, if you need armor pieces, which kind would you want?
I mean, does anyone need anything?
I mean, I have these braces that make me not wearing clothes better, so I don't need it.
I can't wear armor.
Yeah, I don't think any armor is going to be better than what I have.
Midori,
Making it look cool.
a plus 1 Midori.
Well, the only
One
person
of your
who
AC
use the
was
mythic
Only
force.
person it will benefit, and it's a +1.
Yeah. If it was +5, then maybe I'd consider it. But
It's extreme.
Well, oh, actually, there's a slight misspeaking that have been done here. So, if I recall, I need to double check this now because I'm pretty sure a slight mistake has been made
Sure.
in what I said.
It's actually plus 1,000,000 AC.
A million?
okay, I'll take it.
I'll take your entire stock.
The thing
Give
is, you
me
have
everything.
quite a bit of it. Normally, mithril is used for chain shirts, but because you have the amount that you have, it is feasible that it could be made into chain mail instead. Which, not necessarily useful for any of you, but it's worth putting on a table, I suppose. It would be a chain mail armor piece, but it would be medium armor instead.
Okay. Hang on.
So
And you have just barely exactly the amount you need to make one as well.
Okay. So it'd be.
I think. How many
it'd be
pounds do you
chain.
have again?
So it'd be chainmail, but medium instead of heavy.
How many pounds of mithril did you have again?
27.
27.
Okay, so yeah, I remember correctly. For some reason, I suddenly thought it was 70, but yeah, you have exactly enough to make a chainmail. That is medium armor, AC 16, and the usual things.
Again, that only gives me +1.
It also removes the disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
Do you have a disadvantage on stealth right now?
No.
Okay.
That's what medium armor master does.
Oh.
Well, time to get another wish and change your feet.
No, it's fine. That's what I wanted it for. I wanted it for that. But yeah, I guess. I guess maybe we don't have a use for it. Maybe we'll just sell it. I guess.
I love it when you quickly change voice by that. I mean,
well, I mean, fuck, guys. This thing is just gonna go to waste.
I mean, it's not waste if you get money out of it and buy.
Yeah, we'll get money out of it. It's just like
At this point, Feather, by the way, has got back to working.
Yeah. We're just waiting on the time.
Quarter bakery.
I'm just saying it might just be worth selling it instead of just standing here and trying to force it to be something that we want it to be. Unless we have any good ideas.
Either at this point, what if you get to +1 to your AC or resell it? That's really all it's come down to.
Yeah, it's either a +1 for Madery or a +1 for me, but that doesn't.
Also,
doesn't make
just
much of a bit of difference.
Also, something that I just want to say before I forget again. We probably want to go to the general store again and maybe buy a barrel and some vials that we can put in the bag of holding in case we need to store something.
Yeah, I need more glass vials. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I would look for some form of longbow. I also have a lot of short swords for some reason, and I can't remember why. I think Calisil gave me a load.
Yep.
it's a random thing to talk about. Just
Yeah, I'm just looking. I'm just like, I've got like 3 extra short swords and 1 long sword on me.
what?
Yeah,
What is going on?
yeah.
You pick them up from corpses over time.
Yeah.
Spring cleaning the inventory. That's what's going on.
Throw them out. I mean, they're just kind of
Flat fail. Everything must go.
Everything that we haven't used in the last 5 sessions needs to go.
Alright, then I'm selling my clothes.
I mean,
that's what I was saying earlier.
You
like
have to sell all
stuff
your
that we
weapons
don't
then,
need.
Tempest.
I mean, do they have like weapons here as well? Like, do they have like archery stuff here as well?
Not archery, no, but
specifically
melee weapons they do have.
Yeah.
I would
one
say,
idea.
on that note, actually, the archery stuff was up by Storm's camp. There was some more stuff up there that wasn't relevant for the time, but at the time rather. But there is an archery camp up there as well. I'll mention that now.
I have a question about Mithril. It's just light. It's not something that it's very sturdy. It's immune to acid or something like that, so that we could maybe make a container for acids or stuff like that out of it.
We could make
Well,
pottery. Cups.
Calasil has no experience with mithril, so
Okay.
We could make a decorative teacup.
Yeah.
mithril essentially just is an awesome armor type, but pointless, I guess.
So I guess we're selling this. I feel like we're going a bit back and forth.
Yeah, let's just.
Let's make it into a cup.
You don't want to sell it so bad that you just want to make random shit out of it instead.
Exactly. That's kind of it.
Can I make it into a spoon?
Yes.
I'd like to commission a mithril swan.
Nice mithril cutlery set.
Yeah. You can use it to defend yourself and to eat.
I mean, yeah, I guess we're just selling this stuff then.
We
did
can
find
make a mini sled out of it for the doorbells.
I'm just looking at that. You find an adamantine cutlery set in another game.
Oh, that's great.
Right, let's just hand this over before we
Let's move on.
change our minds.
Yep. Yeah, take it before we change our minds.
Before we keep suggesting
Take
new
it, for
things.
free, for free. You can have it. You just don't want it.
No, pay us, but take it.
You're saying all this crap, and as you turn around, Feather's not standing there patiently waiting anymore. She's off working on one of the anvils nearby. So you say all this to no one. Feather hears this, puts away the stuff she's working on, comes back. Oh, so you've finally decided. It's only been half an hour.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry about that.
Differences in the group, but yeah.
Literally been half an hour. What?
We should really talk about these things before we do them.
I'm guessing we're just we're selling these to you if you want to buy them off us.
Yes, they could be very useful for... I've forgotten what kind of slightly flavored accent this one had. Whatever. We can use it for many purposes and armors. Even some weapons, so yes, we would be interested in purchasing this. What's your asking price?
Well, we have about 380 gold's worth of mithril here.
One question. Would it do anything to turn it into a shield for Usulia?
You very light shield.
I have a thing that makes shields.
Fair.
You're right.
We need to stop. Come on, let's get
I
rid of
just
it.
wanted to throw it out before the chance is over. Okay.
And yes,
I have a brush made of.
it would make a shield that weighs half the normal weight of a shield.
Yeah, but that doesn't do really anything, right?
I already have
If you're,
the
depends on how much
bladed
carrying
shield.
capacity you have.
Yeah.
Which generally speaking doesn't matter. So, I mean, he's carrying several swords. Where is he carrying them? Stuff like that.
on his back.
Floating with
Magnets.
magnets.
So,
Usually,
we
go
have
ahead.
300
Yeah,
and
we
some
have-
gold, okay.
about 380 gold's worth. We also have some unused weapons that we're not using.
A fine collection of swords.
Right.
Slightly used.
Picked off of dead people, I assume?
Yeah.
Yes. How did you know?
I didn't, but now I do. Okay, how many?
I want 2 short swords and a long sword.
So we have 3.5, so your asking price would be in total 383.5 gold. We are not willing to pay that.
Oh,
What would you be willing to pay?
She inhales, thinks for a moment, walks over to Oak. They seem to have a conversation between the two of them, quite quietly as well.
I push Tempest in front of us.
do the talking, please.
Do the thing.
I'll wait for them. When they get back, I'll do the thing.
Yeah, look pretty. Good job.
Use your charm.
So comes back a few moments later. We are willing to pay no more than 253.5 gold.
That's a bit of a rough start. You know, especially considering how close we are to the Lady Tachi. I don't know quite how she'd feel if you're trying to, you know, undersell us like that. And we are really helping out your army here by giving you this. We could have taken this
She's
anyway,
my
but we
mum.
brought it to you.
She's my mum.
I feel like that one gave you disadvantage.
No,
I'm killing my mummy. Ah!
It's funny you're talking about that, considering you just spent half an hour discussing in front of both of us, she points towards Oak, how not useful it is for you.
Well, that was kind of out of context, you know.
Well, doesn't mean it can't be useful for other people.
Indeed, that's why we would like to buy it for 253.5 gold.
Tempest, give them the smolder.
That's why they pop up in the top right corner. Skill check failed. Insufficient persuasion.
I mean, money's money at the end of the day, and she's right, we're not using it.
Yes.
We use as much as we can get. Plus, we are here to help, right?
See, I'm too busy laughing at myself for one. Because I'm like, damn it, Tempest, be charming, you son of a bitch. You see, I really appreciate it. If you could, maybe at least bump it up to the 300 for me. Gives a wink. I say that because I wink and I'm like, they can't see you.
Well, 265.
I'll look to the others if they want me to try again, or should. I'm willing to take that above game.
I shrug.
Yeah, go ahead.
You'll have yourself a deal. I'll put out my hand.
Wonderful. Smacks your hand. She is quite strong. There's quite a hefty shake to it. I'll have to be back in maybe 20 minutes or so with the required gold, so if you'd wait right here, that'd be lovely.
265, you said, right?
Yeah.
As
apparently no one likes to haggle except me. It's a lost art form, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know how to haggle in real life.
I'm so scared that I'm gonna haggle so badly that they're gonna like increase the price, so I don't risk it.
I'm not the one with the haggle stat.
Yeah.
I do, but there's the back of my mind. I'm like, they were also like in the middle of a war. That's probably not a great idea to take all of their money.
And that's more than we expected. And I edited the loot. I gave us the money and just removed the armor.
Hey,
20
Colosil.
minutes has passed and she... Oh, go on.
Right, so I have the great axe, and you know how a while ago I put the flash rock ember inside of it? Or the flash frozen ember?
Oui?
Can I remove that? Because I mean, I'm not using the axe anymore, so...
Can you remove that, John? Do I know of a way to get that out and maybe put it onto something else? Or
You're a wizard, and by nature
and I know
that means that
enchantment.
you would like to enchant stuff and move enchantments about. And indeed, moving enchantments about is a thing you can do.
I could, in theory, put that enchantment onto something else. It might take me some resources to do that, but I could.
That's
And
good.
time. So much time.
Could we put it on, say, like a rapier or something?
Sure.
Bully. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Do you have a weapon already that you want to put it on?
Tempest, what sword are you using?
And I'm going to be using the new one that Tachi gave me, but I also have my rapier, so technically both.
Whatever, give me one of them. Just for like a minute. No real reason.
Oh,
Okay, I'll give him the short sword.
This sword right here.
John, do I need resources for that or just time spent?
Both.
How much resources would that take us?
I am currently looking that up.
Yeah. I mean,
As
I
I'm
could
trying
totally
to
do that.
remember
It
what-
might take me a while, but... And I would need to get more resources for that as well. But I could do that. Are you not using your axe anymore?
Well, I would like to, but this spear is really good. I like it.
What spear are you using?
You know when we found from the Telenkali? Like this... The one that was holding, it's a plus...
Right.
It's a plus 1.
Stronger spear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's-
get food soon, in the break.
Excuse me?
Sorry?
He just licked his empty food bowl.
We'll get to it. We're in the middle of something right now. We'll
I
get to
know.
it.
That's what I just said, he'll get it in the break.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
I can stack enchantments, so this is kind of good to waste.
No, stacking enchantment is very risky and
Yeah,
can
I
fail.
don't.
Would
not
my
enchantment, though,
masterwork
right?
short sword count as an enchantment?
Yeah. Well, I don't think a masterwork's an enchantment, right?
It's not. It is just a
It's
very
just really
well-made
well-made.
weapon.
So yeah, could I put this, flash frozen ember onto the short sword, and then perhaps pay someone back for fucking up their Ion Stone?
Ooh!
Sure, I could do that.
Bully.
Especially if you don't plan on using your axe anymore.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a good run. I mean, I'm gonna keep the axe. It's a nice axe.
Oui.
Maybe I'll find a bigger flash frozen ember. I don't know.
Oui. Okay, I'll need to think about how much money I need for that, and then
10
give me 10 gold.
10 gold.
And 4 days.
And how much time would I need to spend with that?
In my rule set, 4 days.
Dang.
Otherwise, it would take 40 days, and that shit is done.
4 days, 8 hours per day.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
And 4 work days, basically.
Training time.
It's time.
Currently, you have nothing time pressing at the moment, so it's entirely up to you guys.
Oh, war going on.
Okay, we could do
War
that.
hasn't quite happened yet.
Fuck yeah.
Is this where we spend our 100 days?
Sure.
Is this where we're doing it?
Yeah, you can wait. Fuck it.
Okay, I can do that. I can totally do that. I need
Thanks.
to write it down in my to-do list.
Keep in mind as well that you can have other people assist you with it to speed it up.
True, but they need to be
I
magic
don't-
casters, right?
Anyone who can cast any spell that has
So Midori.
I can do that.
Or
There are
Tempest
multiple
even.
people. Yeah, I was about to say there's more than just Midori in the party that can cast spells.
I know,
I can
But
do
that-
magic.
yeah.
I can do this
Yeah,
now.
but
Play the drums.
but apparently it's a surprise for you.
I'm not very
No.
good with
You're literally standing together still in the fucking smithing area, just discussing your future plans.
Tempest, you've seen nothing.
It's a surprise. We don't want Tempest to know. Tempest slowly turns his head.
So help me God,
so-
Tempest. If you know about this, I swear to God.
Is it in
Perception and
Big step to the
stealth
left.
tech's that bad.
I need what is 32 hours. Okay.
And if the three of you work together, it'll be done in like a day and 1/3 of a day.
Okay, yeah. We can totally do that tomorrow.
Can I help? Technically, I have.
Yes, you can.
Alright, guys.
Kushma can actually help as well,
I don't know why this is hilarious to me, but it's hilarious.
which means
Okay.
it'll be done in a day.
Back to the happy Marvel.
Right, let's sell this fucking.
Do we need anything else? I have written down maybe a barrel, and some vials, and the enchanting stuff.
I was gonna go check out the archery guys.
That's
Okay.
fair. Do we want to go there first, or should we split?
We can split.
Okay.
Sure.
Ursula, you have Neil with you again. If you need to us to reconvene somewhere, just tell Neil, and he can tell me, and we can find each other. If he is pulling at your arm or something like that, then he wants you to follow you. To follow him.
I want you to follow you.
Yeah, you follow you.
Right. Well, I'll see you in a bit then.
How
Come along,
many
Neil.
vials do you need?
I've currently got one, so a few more would be nice.
So 5.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want me to go with you, or do you...
You can come along
Tempest,
if you
you.
What was that?
want. You can come along if you want.
I Kingman Calcio.
Oh.
I wanted to tell you to come with us because. I mean, to be fair, we just buy cheap shit, so you can go with him.
Eh? You said that so fast, I didn't catch any of it the first time.
We only buy cheap shit anyway, so we don't really need the discount that much. You go with Ursula.
She's just a discount machine.
No.
I mean, kind of. Have you seen my persuasion?
Tempest
also
is
plays
just a
it around.
walking coupon.
Okay. Okay. Madonna, who are you going with?
She's like that kid at the supermarket. Like,
Want to go with mummy or daddy?
That is dead.
Just pick it up.
Midori just starts crying.
Oh no, what did you do? It's fine, it's fine.
Oh,
You're
yes,
alright.
We'll use some talents.
Yes, that's how Midori cries. It's canon.
It's like she's trying to summon something through some kind of chant.
The demon shows up every time she cries.
What is it?
Ursula, you take her. Push Mayu with me, unless you want to go with me.
Nope, I'll come with you. Oh, jeez, I don't want to be anywhere near that. Let's go, please.
Alright,
We're heading back to the Happy.
I'll pick Madory up and put her on Neil.
Okay.
I pet Midori's head. They'll.
Well, she's a bit far up.
Unseen 7?
I hold up the unseen toddler.
Well, speaking of which, didn't we want to get a saddle for Neil?
Eri.
Oh, there.
Very right.
Taraksungi.
And a world map.
We only need the Eastern continent, and I assume we need it to be on the Eastern continent to get that. Oh, not continent, but Eastern part.
Right.
We'll get it soon.
What else is there? Yeah. I mean, I can buy all the spell scrolls if there are any, but I'm not planning to.
I mean, the area is like a lot of magic shit if we're
Exactly.
patient. Probably a lot of good stuff there. You know.
So, moving to Happy Marble's little abode / shop again. You enter and he's just fiddling around with stuff. Looks up immediately as you come in. Oh, hello!
So, what we forgot to mention is we need. I need stuff to enchant, to move enchantment. So I need. I'll tell them exactly what I would need for that.
Enchanting materials?
Yes, worth 10 gold.
Uh-huh.
And we would like a barrel, a smaller barrel, not a full barrel, but a smaller one.
A keg?
A bit bigger than a keg. Something that is basically the height of my lower leg, I would say.
A keg.
Okay, yeah, that one. And 5 vials.
What?
5 vials.
Vials.
Cocks his head like, what?
You know,
Vials.
like glass bottle things?
Oh, vials! Oh! Okay. Starts, just walks off at that point. Starts looking for stuff.
Okay.
Comes back a bit later with a stack of vials. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have more.
See? No, we just need the. How much per vial?
A silver.
How much more do you have?
A lot. Ting, 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 ting.
Okay, can we upgrade this to 10 vials total?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
Do you want
Yep.
more? Cling, 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 cling.
Looking at the bag of holding.
Cling, 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 cling.
I shouldn't.
Cling, cling,
I
cling,
should.
cling, cling.
You know,
Okay, 20.
what are we gonna do with 20?
I don't know!
12, 30, 40,
He's playing you like a
50,
fucking fiddle, you know?
70, 18, 18. Oh, only 18.
Fuck. Okay, I'm taking the 18 then.
Okay, cool.
so
Enchanting material.
the barrel and the enchanting.
He just walks
material.
Okay, he's gone. Wow.
Comes back a moment later with a
Jesus.
what appears to be a keg made to hold beer. It is about the specifications of which you had, rather. Is that the right sentence? Close enough.
Yes.
And a bundle of the ever vague enchanting materials as they are described in the books.
Okay.
Here's
Do
10
you-
of this weird question mark item, and here's a keg.
How much for the keg?
Let's say a silver.
Have you got another one?
Maybe.
I would like another one.
Oh! Walks off again. Comes back a moment later with a keg that has a small dog in it that's just barking.
I'm sorry.
You're not supposed to be in there. Go away. Just grabs it by the scruff of its neck and throws it out the
Yeah.
door. There we go. It's a keg.
Okay. And okay, that would be, if I calculated this correctly, 10, 12. No, wait. Yes,
Yeah.
10, 12, exactly 12
I
gold.
wanted to say 13, but that would not be the right number.
Yeah, it's 12.
Well,
Okay, and here I have 6 lapis lazuli. They should be worth 1 gold each.
what am I supposed to do with this?
I thought we were making maybe trading a bit. So you can have those, and I give you 6 more gold, and then I take all this other stuff.
These stones are really shiny. They're definitely
Bless
worth.
you.
But gold.
These stones are just.
You
as
don't
shiny.
want to trade? Then you could sell those for gold.
I mean, gold?
Okay, I take the lapis
I like
lazuli
gold.
back and I give him 12 gold.
We're never gonna sell these fucking stones.
We will, somewhere.
I hope.
He happily takes the gold and lets you pick up the large amount of vials and...
Why did we buy
Kegs.
so many tiles?
Because it fits in the bag of holding.
It takes up space that could be used for sword and shit.
Yeah, well,
Very,
we can
very
always
small
throw
amount of
them
space.
out.
The weight for vials is literally 0. There is no
Yeah.
weight for it in this game. In theory,
Two
the
pence.
only thing they take up in the bag of holding is... Oh wait, nothing. Because of how the rules work.
18 vials, and I've enchanting ingredients.
Yes. Do keep in mind, though, and I'll remind you of this, in general, just because of the changes I've made to the enchanting rule set, making a roll is also going to be included in it. As in, you, the spearhead of this particular enchanting, will have to make a roll, and the endeavor might be slightly more expensive or slightly more slightly less expensive.
So I
depending.
should have bought them after. When I
Whatever.
need them, basically. It's fine. We can get some more if we need it, or we could just keep it for later if we need less.
We'll
Indeed.
burn that bridge when we get there.
Exactly. Tomorrow.
Okay.
Back to the
Your
others.
shopping completed. We'll move to Midori, Neil, Uslia, and Tempest.
She better stop crying.
No, I think
You're heading up to the northeastern part of this place again, the same location that Uslia went to earlier. While it wasn't particularly relevant at the time, there is a archery... it looks more like a training area. There's a lot of bullseye... What's it called in English? Targets? Are they just called targets?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought they called something else. Because there's 2 words in Danish. Oh well, whatever. A bunch of targets that have been set up
call
at
it
different
dummy.
ranges, and there are just some Tasma and Tabaxis that seem to be just training. You catch the glimpse of him, a centaur that seems to be leaving the area, but they seem to be just, you know, going about their daily training, firing off arrows of normal things. You do also see guiding those who seem either quite young and are learning how to actually do archery properly. You see Storm helping them out, directing how they're supposed to be standing, directing how they're supposed to shoot, and direct themselves with the bows and such. She appears to be a teacher of some kind in this regard. You move into the area itself, and it does have several locations where there are both bows, there are quivers full of arrows. They seem to have a couple of commands here and there where they shout out and people just stop shooting so arrows can be recollected and, you know, moved so they don't get damaged too much. They're just, you know, training going on in general. Storm does seem to notice your approach, but does not steer from her teachings. But you have the area to your liking. What are you looking for?
Yeah, looking for someone that's just selling archery equipment.
Okay. Walking around for a little bit, asking about. I'd like you to, one of you to make me a persuasion check.
I can do
Here I
that.
go.
Okay.
Do it.
That's only a 25.
Nice.
Only.
Nice.
You find one of the younger Tasma thereabout. By far most... God, the fucking background noise today, holy shit.
I
It's been
know.
ridiculous.
How dare you, Ruth?
You're only 2 hours in and the two of you are just background noising the shit out of this.
Blame noisy
You-
people.
Indeed. You walk straight up to one of the younger looking Tasmas in this particular area. By far most of these are well-trained individuals who have essentially have grown up knowing that war is coming. So they're all pretty well in shape, and this particular young one, you ask, a pretty little female thing. You quite quickly woo her, Tempest, and find out that the only person that really has the authority to make this sort of judgment as to what can be sold and what can't is actually Storm's domain, as it is right now. There are other people that could help with it, but they're not currently in the area. It doesn't refer to who it is, but that there are other officers, essentially.
Guess we have to have another conversation with our friend.
Sure thing. I'll start walking over.
Storm is just trying to direct it. It's a male tabaxi by the looks of things, just trying to actually get the bow angled properly. As he's just trying to help him. No, you're supposed to actually angle it, hold it up. It's not a noodle, just hold it, hold it!
Oh,
Whatever.
The strength comes from your core, remember.
Shut up!
I'm trying to help.
Just hold it. I'll just fucking show you. She walks up right behind him, and you get the idea that this is why he's unfocused, because she is a very attractive Tasma that is about his age, maybe. And he seems flustered. That's it. It's like, this is what you do. He takes his arm, puts it around to the string, and pulls it back with the arrow on it. Holds up his left hand while holding her own hand on his. Just do this, okay? It's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
Yes,
Just
it is.
do this, then let it go, and aim. Yeah, aim before you let it go, but you know what I mean. The arrow just goes, flies over the distance. Great, fetch. And he just runs off. Turns around to the two of you, three of you. 4 technically, if needle counts.
Yes.
These bloody dumbasses. So, you're back? How's it? He's hanging.
He seems certainly a bit green around the gills.
You don't
You're
say.
making it hard for him. I elbow Goosely.
I had that effect on men. So, what do you need?
Well, actually, I was looking to see if you had any longbows available for use or sell.
Well, we do have quite a few, and we have a bit of a surplus. Well, not a massive one, but some people, she says, while nodding in the direction of the guy who's just running over the distance to fetch an arrow, just a single one. We have a few people who can't really use bows that well, so I guess we have a couple extra. Just longbows?
Yeah, unless you had anything kind of special lying about.
Yeah, no.
Worth a try, but no, I need something for longer range combat.
Alright. We do have some crossbows as well. Not particularly popular around here, so if you do want those instead, that would be nice to get them well, off our hands. Otherwise, we do have longbows. Whichever you prefer.
Don't we have longbows?
Nope.
Yeah, one,
Just have the
and
one.
Tempest currently is wielding it.
So
That's the elven one, but I thought Tempest also had
Shotbow.
a normal one. Oh, that's
I
the
have a
short.
short bow.
Ah, gotcha.
So, to cut to the chase, there are a couple of things you could buy here. Longbows and crossbow, heavy crossbows are the main ones. There are some hand crossbows as well, but not many.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get rid of some heavy crossbows, I can take one off your hands.
By all means, they're not really that useful. I mean, they're totally useful. Totally.
I love her.
Yeah, cool, they're awesome. Anyway, this way. Come with me. She walks over to a... It's essentially just another small tent that has been set up where they just put all the crap in. There are tons of quivers. It's a pretty big tent. Tons of quivers, there's a lot of bows hanging around on a bunch of racks here and there. There's a bunch of crossbows that most of them are unstringed, being a testament to the whole. People don't really care about them because they don't want to use them. They're fiddly as shit. Picks up one of them and picks up a crossbow string. You might need to actually get this, but you can do it by yourself, obviously. You're a man versed and stuff, I assume, anyway. You can restring this.
I'll be able to take a look at it.
You're gonna need some bolts and bolts, and you'll be fine. You don't have bolts,
Sure.
do you?
No, I've only have arrows.
Yeah, that won't really fit, will it? No, no. Bolts. They are not actually on any ammo list. That's funny. Oh, no, there they are. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I can't just give all this crap to you. I'll have to actually pay a bit of money for it. Otherwise, I'll have a lot of paperwork to do that I don't want to do.
Sure.
I'm trying to calculate it right now. It'll be 5 gold and a silver per 20 bolts.
That's a bit steep for, useless items that you're trying to get rid of.
Fair point. I'll give you for half.
Then yeah, sure. I'll take a heavy crossbow and just some 20 bolts.
Just 20?
Make it 40.
Just 40?
That'll be fine.
We are getting so swindled this episode.
Why? It'll be fine. Why does everyone in this?
If it's half price, it's half price.
Can we hold on to some money, please?
We've got loads. It's fine.
We have enough.
No, we don't.
We have a wizard, we don't.
A very fair point.
Never enough. Never enough.
So she gives you the unstrung crossbow, gives you a string for it as well, and gives you 40 bolts, and sort of lingers for a moment. So 40?
Yes! Midori's just like still on the griffin, pulling her hair out.
She just looks up with this very cute, like big eyes, just very, basically anime eyes, looking up at Midori. Do you need a hug?
Yeah.
Okay, come down here.
Oh.
Thank you.
She just gives you a hug. Yeah, thanks.
Oh.
Now strap your tits in, be a good woman, and actually move on, okay?
Sorry?
Tempest makes that face for like that one cat from Puss in Boots, like,
no, he didn't.
Like, they are strapped in, thank you very much.
Good, you're a grown-ass woman. You don't need to be crying. You'll be okay. It'll be
I
fine.
have issues, okay?
I know.
Right, I want to see Tachi about that. She just sort of pets you on the shoulder. Right. Well, I've got to return to my stuff, okay? Unless you want something else.
Sure. No, that's
Right.
fine.
She just turns
How
around
much-
and walks away.
How much money was that?
That was
5
2
gold, 2
gold.
silver.
Hmm?
5 gold, 2 silver.
5
But
gold.
you said
half.
half price, right? Yeah.
But halved.
So, 2 gold, 6 silver.
Yes.
Okay. I have a question, John.
Mhm.
Do I know, would I, without anyone with more knowledge, be able to fix the enchantment on the alchemy kettle?
Whoa! Excuse me.
Sorry.
Or
He's being very adorable right now. Yeah.
Well, the enchantment is complete on it, that's the issue. You can't repair something that's technically complete.
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
This works as
Okay.
intended.
Yep.
Then I have no further questions.
The alchemy kettle is perfect as it is.
Hmm.
Okay, so you guys eventually will reconvene somewhere in town.
Hmm.
What are you heading off to next?
I don't know. Break?
Well,
I know, but we'll need We get that, Vicky. Don't worry.
You've got the enchanting, and later I want you to send a message.
Okay,
And we'll
today
need to
I'm
get
gonna
Tachi.
go. I will be going to Tachi to help her with the project, and
That's what I
tomorrow will
said.
be
Oh,
the enchanting
yes.
day.
I meant help with Tachi. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of Tempest.
So-
You want to like practice, like just spar or some shit?
Yeah, sure. I need to get back in the use of using 2 weapons again.
Yeah, I don't really practice much, so might as well start.
Well, if you need someone to whip you into shape, I can lend a hand.
I don't want to be whipped, but I'm not afraid of being put in shape.
It was a... Yeah, don't worry.
Nope,
I'll help
nope.
out if you need it.
Yeah, okay.
I make no promises.
Let's beat each other up.
Good
Okay.
plan.
So for the time being, we
You
will
guys.
look at Tempest, Ursula, and Kushma training until nightfall. Midori just sort of standing around looking confused, and Seal heading off to Tachi.
I mean, Midori, you could join me with Tachi. Maybe you can help as well.
Okay.
And that's where we'll return after the break. 'Cause
Yeah.
food is needed, drinks are needed,
Yes.
general break things are needed.
Cool.
I hungry.
Indeed.
I'll be back.
I let a big ass stretch.
Yeah.
Big ass stretch.
So, be right back in, let's give it 10-15 minutes. For those out in Streamland,
Yeah.
we'll be right back.
Thought we were on break when I did my stretch. Oh well.
Yes,
Great
wonderful.
start.
And there we go. So, getting back into it, and with you, my god, my throat suddenly went. Excuse
Where
me.
did it go?
I don't know, Cotton Eye Joe. You all reconvened for a split second, then decided to split up again. For the time being, we're going to be focusing on Calcila and Midori as they head towards Tachi's place, while the lads drain their melee, craft, art, however you want to put it. You're heading in there, no one stops you. In fact, Calcila can fly straight up to the office if she so desires, and Midori has to take the stairs.
Also, Neil is with the boys.
Levitate.
Yes, you did mention that Usulia was being followed by him again.
I can only levitate once a day, so.
I thought it was a will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
yeah,
at
no,
will.
it is a will. Yeah.
So in theory, you could just make
Levitate!
yourself zero gravity and have Calcila carry you up there.
Grab my leg! Grab my leg!
I grab her hand.
Da 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 da. Like Peter Pan, you float up to the window, bring Midori with you, who you remember that you can't just let go of because you'll just float off into space if you do that. So you bring her in, you let her finish the spell so she gains gravity again, and look in the window that you previously had jumped out of. There is no Tachi to be seen in there, but the officer says it is.
Tachi.
No response.
Midori sent a message.
Okay. Ma! Hello?
So you just start spamming messages all over the place?
What are you doing? You up? Hey.
Mom, mommy,
Mummy!
Mom.
Mummy! Mama! Mama!
Eventually you hit and she goes, "Oh, you're back. Wonderful. I'll be right up."
Hi.
You say that to no one. Unless you cast the spell again.
No.
About 5-ish minutes goes by and she comes casually walking into the room, still wearing that same quite minuscule clothing that you wear because it's ridiculously warm outside. Most of you guys, by the way, are sweltering because of the heat that is in this desert. It is not fun.
Prestidigitation.
Yes, you are, Kushma. You have fur.
Ah, right.
You are pretty well dressed, haha, for it, but you are nevertheless still warm. It is a good
Curses.
between 25 and 30-ish degrees most times because it's the clear sun that is baking the entire time. But anywho,
Oh well.
this goes for the girls as well because you're both wearing quite a lot of clothing.
Prestidigitation on my clothing.
Clothing is wonderful, but you... Well, you had a bath recently for the first time in months. So that's something. But she saunters in, with her presence as usual being the fairly overwhelming and kind of weird aura she always carries with her. But nevertheless, she smiles and enters the room. So you're back, that's wonderful. How are you doing?
Quite alright. We went a bit of shopping.
Wonderful.
Remember the thing that we talked about before I left?
Which one?
Yeah, the thing about the corrupting.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure Tempest might be as well. He was behaving quite weirdly when we went into a dwarven thingy, where he could see stuff that was happening in the past. He had visions there.
Well, you should have brought him then.
Well, we were saying we are doing this tomorrow morning, early on.
What's this about corruption?
Well, you remember what Tachi did for me when I was feeling a bit statistically so to say?
Yeah.
Others might also be affected as well.
Who?
Well, as I said, Tempest, and you know how you thought Tempest was a weird blobby thing?
Uh-huh.
And
I mean,
you
he
shot
was.
him.
He was like
Yeah.
a weird tentacle creature trying to give me a pie or something, whatever it was.
Exactly.
What?
Think about it.
You see the cogs turning. Oh!
Taji's just looking at the door like, oh dear. Oh honey.
I thought that was just quirkiness. I don't know. I've seen weird things before.
Oh, honey.
I follow a floating unicorn that just doesn't say shit.
True, but that's not a tentacle thingy. That's that you think is trying to kill you, but in reality is your friend.
Yes, those actually exist.
That's true.
At least I assume they all still exist. I don't know for sure though.
What
would
are
assume.
we doing about it then?
Well, do you happen to have a vial with you?
I have 18.
Why do you have so many?
I went overboard.
Callicil like jingles when she walks because of all the bows in her pocket.
No, they're all in the bag of holding.
Okay. Clink, clink, clink.
Right, you've seen Marble then, I assume.
Oui.
Wonderful lad, wonderful lad. So, vial,
Yeah, I give her one vial.
Midori, come here.
Okay.
Hold this
Mm-hmm.
in front of you, about chest and neck height, and close your eyes and just wait. Don't resist the spell, okay?
Okay.
I need you to roll me a sanity save.
Oh no!
You can do it.
Do I have to?
Yep.
I mean, you could fail if you won't choose to.
Right. Drum roll, please. What'll it be?
I can't.
I can't even drum roll myself. Wait.
Yeah, my table is cushioned. I can't.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Five door.
Half the cost.
So you see. You
I'm gonna die.
notice Callicil as trying to do math and talk at the same time, not working. I'll do the math later. You notice as Tachi has her hands on I was about to say Kushma's on what's her name? Midori's
Midori?
head. Christ. Midori's head. She pulls one of the hands away, and this weird black floaty smoke seems to follow her hands. And she brings out the other hand as well and brings it towards the vial, where this smoky, almost liquid-like substance starts flowing into the vial. It exits Midori's body in droves, essentially.
I close my eyes.
Compared to the amount that she showed you in the vial that she had from you, this seems like an overwhelming amount. It is just massive.
Oh boy.
It's like I was about to make a simile that I don't want to make now that I think about it. That's a lot. Let's put it that way.
Callister's just
Fill
handing
all
more and more
18 vials.
vials. Yeah.
Not entirely.
Whoops.
The thing is, the vial that she had from Callicil was not remotely filled. This one that she has from Midori gets pretty close. And you also take a bunch of damage.
Oh.
Hold on.
For the stats. I mean, that sucks.
10, 22, 25,
No.
27. Oh, that's off the table.
Does it tickle?
Yeah. We'll get to that. 30,
Oh no.
41, 44. Take 48
Excuse-
points of psychic damage.
Whoa.
And your maximum health is reduced by 22 for a month.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this. I need to do math now. What was it? Minus what?
48 damage right now.
And you
You
take
take-
22 maximum.
Did I misspeak that? You take 44 damage. That's my bad. Not 48, 44.
Okay.
That's a miscalculation. Take 44
Ruth?
points of psychic damage, and your maximum health is then afterwards reduced by 22 for a month in game.
Ruth, write down how much maximum health you have normally somewhere so that you don't forget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make a note. Are you still alive?
Tell us now as well, so we know.
She would be, because she has more than 44 HP. You take the damage, and then your max health is reduced afterwards. Essentially, she would be at lower max health and just have taken 22 damage.
Okay.
Because it happens in that order. You are racked by small visions, like flashes of memories that you've had due to this influence. And then the insanity clears. If you have any current effects due to insanity, there are certain effects of it, they're cleared. If you have any bonuses to sanity currently, they are solidified. You got all that?
Yeah.
As in, if you have a +4 temporary, it becomes a modifier instead.
As far as I know, I don't have anything plus to my sanity.
Are you sure?
As far as you know. Okay, I'll take a look at your sheet.
Because I thought you were knitting and shit like that for exactly that reason.
I thought you had like 1 or 2 sanity points. So you
I have -2.
Is that before?
I get the distinct impression you've forgotten to make modifiers.
Oh, fuck. I think that's an improvement, though. I don't think it was always -2. I think it was worse than that.
It was -3 at some point.
I thought it was -5.
Yeah, it was the minimum. You had 1 sanity at some point, so it was -5 at one point.
Oh, that means you've had a solidification of your sanity recently, then. That would be why you don't have a modifier.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That just means that that part of it does not happen. But you do still have a cleared insanity effect, if you have any insanity effects currently. Do you? You don't have to say what it is, but do you? I don't remember. It's been a while.
I don't think... not that I can remember right now off the top of my head, no.
I don't think so either, but... Nevertheless, some of the haze of the insanity that Midori has felt for quite a while is lifted. Not much. She is still quite vulnerable to it. But nevertheless, the current issue that she has been lifted, and the corruption has been pulled from her body into this vial, which is a jet black filled vial with some kind of floaty, liquidy, weird liquid type thing. Tachi puts a cork on the bottle, and it just sort of stands there on the desk. She looks a bit concerned, mostly for Midori's health. So...
can I open my eyes now?
She's about to speak, and she just you say this, and she looks at you like, "Of course. How are you feeling?"
Ew, that wasn't me. Ew.
Yes. I'm a bit concerned about the amount, but I'm nevertheless interested in what we can use it for.
Ouch.
Yeah, sorry about that. It does not seem you have the, how to put it, fortitude that one could hope.
Pet.
But she doesn't leave Tachi's arms, she's just sort of petting her and holding her close.
Do you have 1 more of those in you, Tachi?
I have plenty, yes. I was planning on using it for my project, but...
Well, if you can save 1 more, then I can get Tempest here in the jiffy.
Yeah, why not? I'll be at it, do it. Also give me a vial. Be useful for when you come back.
I give her another vial, and I'm gonna telepathically tell Neil, get Tempest here to Tachi.
Tempest.
How is that gonna work?
So
let's play out. Let's go.
as you guys are training, I will say that you're probably not paying too much attention to Neil at the point. So I need you to make me an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
We're fighting.
Shing!
13.
Okay, yeah, even on the dice I rolled high enough. You've been a 20-something in total for the grapple check. But you don't notice it because you have your back turned to Neil at the moment, just, training with the guys. While out of nowhere, Neil just moves up behind you, grabs you by the shoulders with his talons, and just takes off.
What?
What? Neil! I was gonna beat his ass, what the fuck?
Kid, your catch is pretty good, but what you need to do is...
Just hear the... Tempest is just gone.
I don't know if I should be worried or like expected.
I don't think you should be.
Is he gonna die?
No, he's probably been summoned.
It's fine.
Damn it, it's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna beat you next.
Sure.
Yay!
I never heard anyone go, yay!
A few moments later, because Neil is quite a fast little boy, actually just drops you off by the window. Just sort of plonks you down. And floats just outside. You can hear the massive wing beat of Neil just outside the window where all three of the rest of them are standing. Tachi just goes, oh, that's surprisingly quickly.
You did very good, my boy.
I'll either climb in or parkour up, if, however. I need to get up.
I mean, you're already on the right floor. That would
I'll
be.
just go in.
He tries to make it look cool.
Lands and just sort of swaggers in the window like, hey, I'm here now. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Consider just got swiped rather out of nowhere and just planted down. Looks pretty cool.
I hope that wasn't too scary for you. You seem a bit more sweaty than usual.
No, just a bit unexpected, you know. I thought this cut me off guard. I thought Kushma was going to cut me in half for a second.
Oh no.
So what's up?
Tachi needs you for something.
Well, actually, this is at behest of Kellesil. She's been telling me that you have had an unfortunate mission, let's call it, as of late.
The fingers immediately go to the drums and start banging. Yeah, seen some weird shit lately.
That does not seem like a coincidence. Come here, boy.
Boy, look, I start walking towards her, just grumbling.
Midori's got to lie down in the corner like, it's just no different.
Is she going to be okay?
She'll be fine. Hold this vial.
Oh, okay.
About chest and
Hold
neck
the vial.
height.
Uh-huh.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
And hope for the best. Oh, and don't resist the spell.
His eye pops over a second, goes back to closed. But what the? It just turns to Kala's. Whatever
It's
happened?
fine.
You asked for this. Turns back.
It's for your best.
I need you to roll me a sanity save.
Here I go. 3.
Oh boy!
Well, here
Looks
we
like
go
we're spending
again.
Downtime, guys. You guys ready? Wow, we are
For the
almost.
record,
First
that's a
death
5
in the
on
game,
the die.
and it's from this. That would be so
Oh,
bad.
dear.
You have -2 sanity?
I have a minus 15 to my sanity.
When?
Exactly.
That
Since
dwarf thing fucked me. That dwarf thing fucked me up.
I didn't know it would fuck you up that bad.
You
Fucking
had
hell.
20 sanity. What happened?
The dwarf thing, I told you.
Holy shit! I just spat everywhere.
I watched a god get eaten.
He's not wrong.
I heard no.
Also, you take 48 points of psychic damage, and your maximum health is reduced by 24 for a month.
Mine was reduced by 22, wasn't it? Or was it also
Yeah.
24? 22, okay.
I
Yeah.
just miscalculated the first time, but Madoris is 22 and Tempestus is 24.
Well, I'm
Similar
glad I'm
thing to when Midori was closed, massive amounts of this black, weird, liquidy, smoky thing is drawn into the vial. It pretty much almost fills as well. Your insanity is cleared. If you have any positive... nonsense. If you have any negative modifiers to your sanity, they're cleared as well. Because I believe you do have one. If you have any
Yes, like I
positive
said,
modifiers, they are solidified after this, in that order. And you are restored. There's a short moment where Tempest nearly falls to his knees, but he keeps himself standing. No one noticed. Not a person. And Tachiko said to him, well, that wasn't too bad.
Oh, hey, my brain works again.
That's
Wonderful. Now stop staring at my tits.
Sorry, my eyes are kind of locked for the moment.
She
number
just turned
one-
you around.
good.
Looking at Killer Seal
Number
instead.
1, ow. Number 1, ow. Number 2,
Calicia, grabby hands.
I give him a hug and I press him towards me. And pat his head. You're
Muscles
fine.
in.
You did great.
Tachi sees
Don't
this,
ever
looks
let
at
me touch
Midori, picks up Midori, does the same.
Don't ever let me touch ghosts again.
Well, I'll try to stop her from doing that.
This is worse than the death ray.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, I technically died during that, so. But hey, I got to sleep.
I mean, it's in the name.
Huh?
I mean, it's in the name.
You'll all recover, you'll be just fine. There can be adverse effects to this sort of thing. It's,
Such as?
well, headache, for one thing.
Yep, got that.
Yeah, I figured. But you should recover, make a full recovery soon enough, and you'll be just fine. Probably.
Why do I feel worse?
You'll recover. I think.
Yep, thank you, great.
Well, better that than be insane for ages and ages.
It was
This...
my quirk.
it does not change your personality, dear. It just removes the influence of the... well, the Witherborn.
Thank you for that. I think. Oh.
I get the feeling that Midori didn't benefit as much from it as you did.
Yeah, I definitely am thinking a lot clearer.
Wonderful. That was the purpose of the spell. So, next order of business, Calasil, would you like to join me in the project room?
Yes. Before we go, two things that I needed to tell you. First of all, I relay everything that Ursula told us about the fighting style of Bitchy Face.
Uh-huh.
There's another thing. And second, I forgot the second.
The artifacts.
Oh, right. This book. There are some artifacts listed in here, including the Renkan that I think Storm has, but it said location was not on this continent, and a couple of others. Maybe you can make some more of it?
That book was in the lab where we found the Dopian guy.
That was west of here, where the corrupted Linkali was in there. The experiment that killed people.
Seems like this individual has been looking into these artifacts. That's interesting. Both submission and Renkan right here. Interesting. Oh, the Sin! Interesting. I remember that. Old weapon. I wonder where it is.
I don't know, it says different continent.
I get the distinct impression it's somewhere near some dinosaurs. Oh well.
Hard looks to the hard camera.
Very niche reference, but nevertheless. Kuyu, okay. Also mentioned. Who, by the way, I'm assuming is on his way right here. So that should be interesting in a few days.
Yeah. Just remember that she might be also corrupted in a way.
Yes, I have thought of that, and there are ways to help with that. Even if she's hostile, there are ways. Then again, if she's as powerful as one might think, then that could be an issue. Especially if she's recovering and have been gaining in power as the last few days have gone on. But that's guesswork, really.
Wait. Do you want us to stay here till she arrives, or should we leave on other things?
I don't have any thoughts on the subject, honestly. You've met her before, and depending on how your opinions of her govern your minds, it could make things worse. But if you are savvy, then we can perhaps persuade her to our side and cleanse her of this issue without any incidents.
Looks to temper skillfully.
Assuming that it actually is an issue. We still don't know her motivation other than trying to get her, well...
That's
boyfriend, I think, partner. I'm not entirely sure.
That's kind of
think
what worries me.
husband?
She wants Colin and she wants all the. Hang on, I always get it backwards now. The Vidanian's dead.
We.
Thing is, what if she like gets here and then she like kind of realizes that Goran's not here and then gets pissed at you and then tries to attack you and yeah.
She's going to have an entire camp of beast tribe coming down on her.
First of all, darling, I can take care of myself. I mean, come on. Look at me.
I know,
I'm
but
awesome.
still.
And second, I don't think it necessarily has to come to that. There are two ways I can see this happening. One, she realizes Corin has been dead for a very long time, has a little bit of a shit fit about it, then moves on with her life. Probably for revenge against the Redanians. Option 2 is the one we don't really want, where she realizes Corin is dead, but doesn't accept it, and goes on a rampage.
Are we 100% sure that Corin is dead? Should we maybe try and spy on his body tomorrow?
If he's not, he'd be in his 80s by now. At least, maybe 90s.
But- Yeah, but so should she.
Yeah, that's the weird part, isn't it?
Maybe we should stay here when she gets here, but we can make ourselves scarce. So
Yeah.
but if you need us, you can just call for us.
I would not mind staying here a couple of days until she
Oui.
gets here.
I'd rather not get into any fights for at least a month.
Yeah.
Don't play like that. My god, that's boring.
But I'll get
Let's
hit by
go,
something that's
let's
like 48 damage. I'm dead.
How much HP do you have?
I now have 40 HP.
Oh,
I'm at 55.
You have less
Wait,
than the wizard.
Are you telling me I'm not the lowest HP person anymore?
Mm-hmm.
I have
There-
almost 3
Yeah.
times your health. That's such
Shut up. Still at next level, I'm taking tough.
Nice.
Okay, so that seems to be the plan. You stick around and we'll wait for Sire to arrive. By herself. That does remind me, I tried to look into her clan and there's nothing to be found on the Ra clan anymore. I'm not entirely sure where she's from.
I forgot how to spell the bitches' names. So.
You have a
Yeah,
thing for
got
it.
it. Sorry, what were you saying?
I tried to look into her heritage and I didn't find anything on her clan name, the Ra part of her name, hence why you can call it Sire or Syra. So I don't know where she's from.
That's interesting. Maybe her clan was wiped out?
It could very well be, but the question then is, why aren't there no records? The
That's a
thing
good
is, we have a lot of the tribe of the Woodlands in Corin's exile currently. It's the part of the tribe that Storm is in fact a leader of at the moment. And if Sire was from this part of the continent, she would have been a Woodlands tribe, most likely. I don't see how it would connect her to be a tribe of the waters nor fire. Neither makes sense. So, therefore, she's either from very far away or from some very seclusive clan that doesn't really mingle.
Well,
Nevertheless, I look forward to seeing her. Look forward to seeing her.
yeah.
Tempest chipped the ice.
Just make sure you kick it when you see it.
I'll be doing a lot more than that.
Tempest
Oh.
sweats more.
No, not like that. Get your head out of our panties. Come on. This could be very
Sweating.
serious.
A waterfall erupts from him.
Tempest, time out. Go outside.
Fine, I jump out the window.
Go dry out in the sun.
Exactly. Well, good. Okay. We'll keep you at hand. Stay nearby, then. You can hide yourselves in the nearby buildings. I'm sure the locals won't mind too much. They'll understand. Or you can just hide in this building. It is, well, not particularly central, but I'm sure it'll be in a decent enough range for it to not matter too much. That I can just draw her towards the building. It shouldn't be too difficult. I hope. That is good to keep in mind, because you'll be here in a couple of days.
Okay.
Until then,
Do you perchance know anything about teleporting to a high altitude place like Derry? I assume there could be issues with the change in pressure and the lack of oxygen there. Do you know of
yeah.
a way to circumvent that?
Well, it'll be a big issue, and the best way I can think of it is to bring your own atmosphere.
How would you do that?
Well, you most likely am familiar with a tiny hut spell.
Mm-hmm.
The mansion spell would also work, but would be less practical.
But
Anything really that creates a zone that is magically created.
the only issue with that, we would need to teleport there, then set up the hut, which takes 10 minutes.
I'm sure no one will die in those 10 minutes.
Okay.
You have healing spells, you have capabilities, and you're mostly sturdy people. That's assuming that the teleportation room itself isn't protected.
That's true.
I mean, you're from there, you would know. Nope.
Do I know?
You can go ahead and make me an Arcana check. 24. You get the impression that from the place, the time you've been there, that while they do not approve of people getting to the area undisturbed, as they would call it, they don't usually have people killed for teleporting in. There'll be occasions where you've noticed that someone important has popped up on the area but hasn't actually announced their presence whatsoever, so they must have teleported. And one way or the other, they'd have been fine. It's unclear as to why or how, but there seem to be circumstances in which it could be okay.
Okay. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
It's just a theory. So, enchanting?
Enchanting, wait.
Enchantment?
No. If you want to see Flip Flop, you have to go to Taraksungi. He's not here.
Wait, he's there? We're going to Taraksungi.
Quick, change the teleportation circle.
No idea who the sandal is, but Flip Flop is in Taraksungi.
He is in the game.
Who is Flip Flop?
A Dragon Age reference.
Fucking goddamn it.
It's a wordplay. You'll get it eventually. Probably.
If
maybe.
you ever play...
No, that's not even necessary. I'm talking about the name.
Yeah.
Okay. Follow me, Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
She takes you down a bunch of stairs that you didn't actually know was in the building at all. It seems like it materializes as Mitachi just approaches walls. That sort of weird nonsense. It gets very disorienting, and you keep hitting down in directions that don't quite make sense as you walk back on yourself on a couple of occasions. But eventually, you arrive at a fairly... I was about to say closed room, but that doesn't really make sense. Fairly secluded room that, by your estimate, would be quite far underneath the ground, and you do notice a couple of these egg-shaped things that Tachi had showed you previously. Some of them seem to be brimming with power, and the one that's currently on the table with a bunch of, as it always goes, indistinct enchanting materials are laying about it. You are immediately familiar with the process that are about to happen. It requires a little bit of guidance from Tachi to get it accurately, but nevertheless, the two of you enchant for a while. So, for the remainder of the day, we need to know what Tempest and Midori are doing.
I would have gone back to train with the other.
Yeah, Neil will have followed Tempest also.
I realised I
Yay.
just muted myself when I talked because I thought I was muted already. Anyway,
Good job.
I was gonna say Midori's gonna lay down and think about her life choices.
When Tevis gets back to the others, he's going to be a little slower moving.
You look like shit. What happened?
Long story short, Tachi pulled a bunch of shit
Oh,
out of my head.
I throw shit at him.
Ah, shit.
I throw a javelin at him.
Tempest is dead.
Roll the hit, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead, roll the head.
Yeah, that'll do.
I said fucking dodge. What the fuck's wrong with you?
You can't just ask me what's happening and then throw a javelin. That's a dick move.
To put you off. You know you gotta stay focused.
Why are you throwing sticks at him?
We're
that.
doing sparring. What the fuck?
Apparently Midori followed.
I was
The thing
She
she was
thought she
lying
was-
on was just
She
Neil.
thought she was lying down, but she.
Lying down on Neil.
Yeah.
Oh, hi Midori. Apparently you're here too. You wanna practice with us?
Not really.
I put away my javelin. Okay, good. Anyway, yeah, you both look kind of shitty. What happened?
So as I was saying, before I was so rudely javelined, pulls it out.
Like,
Basically, Tachi kind of reached into her head and pulled a bunch of weird shit out, like, you know what she did to Calasil? To kill her.
oh shit. Was that bad?
Apparently, we both had pretty much a full vial of that shit.
Apparently we had much more than she did. I feel a lot better. Except
You-
I'm worse, but I'm
You
better.
don't look better. You look kind of like. You look shitty, and you look like you had a javelin in the gut.
It narrows his eyes at you.
Unrelated. Well, I mean, I'm happy that you're both kind of fixed in a way. That's
Need
good.
to sleep for like a month.
Good for you.
A month is kind of long. We can kind of fuck off and do other shit, right?
Can
Figure of
we?
speech.
Can we really?
It's
I'm
a figure of speech. I'm being facetious.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Keep me far away from any dangerous projectiles, and I'll be fine.
Side eyes
Yeah.
new crossbow.
Mm,
Ooh.
yeah. Well, I mean, do you know what the plan is? Are we going to?
Well, we're probably going to hang around for a couple of days because apparently Saya will be here in a couple of days, and we kind of want to make sure she's not going to burn down the camp. And
Mhm.
hopefully maybe one of us can try to talk some sense into her if Tachi can't.
Fair enough. I mean, we're not going to fight. There's no chance, especially
Yeah.
now. So I guess we're just talking.
The way we see it, best case scenario, she realizes that the Colin's dead and she joins up with the Beast Tribes. Worst case scenario, she realizes Colin's dead, goes on a bloody rampage and tries to kill the Vidanians by herself. And probably attacks us too. Which hopefully Tachi can deal with. Because, you know, Tachi is badass.
She is definitely something. She's an imposing person. Yes. Anyway, shall we continue?
Yeah. Although Saya is still not one to be trifled with. But yes, let's continue.
Dodge. I don't throw
This
anything.
time he's on his guard.
I don't throw anything. Just fucking with you. Never mind. Let's go. Continue.
Sad thing is I could have gotten my AC to 22. I would have just been shy. I almost could have blocked that.
Almost.
Some time passes. Calasil eventually concludes her enchanting work for the day. Midori,
How many
go on. Sorry.
how many spell slots do you wish me to
All of them.
use?
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to know how many I have?
Nah. It's not super relevant, it's more the time and the fact that you spent them. That's important.
Including probably a break so that I can use my arcane recovery once.
Sure. You can pump in as many as you like.
Okay, wizard learn none, so it's gonna be 5. Okay. Yeah, I'm pouring, or I'm gonna save 1/3 level.
Okay. Tachi doesn't make any comment about it. She just works on the thing just like you do, enchanting it, pumping in a bunch of magic into this thing, and it's accepting it. It feels like trying to fill up something that just eats whatever you put into it. It's not quite a bottomless hole, but it seems to be able to store a lot of magical essence.
If it's of any importance, I put 2 5th level in there because of the arcane recovery.
Okay. I mean, regardless of your spell levels, it doesn't compare to Tachi's, and the thing is, it requires so much that the levels themselves don't really matter too much.
Okay, that's fair.
It's more, as I said, the time and the fact that you're doing it.
Yeah, everything in there. Of but the 3rd level.
Okay. You pour in as much as you can. It feels very incomplete, but nevertheless, Tachi escorts you back outside and thanks you. Nice for you to give a hand. It's always good to have another spellcaster capable of actually giving some energy off.
Help where I can.
Indeed. Well, have a good sleep.
Thank you, you too.
She just nods her head and walks off. The rest of you eventually will conclude your days and retire to your rooms that you have. You have 3 of them, so you're gonna have to figure out who sleeps in what rooms.
Tempest.
Fair enough.
I carry Calasil into our room.
Oh my.
Sure.
Well, how are we gonna split this between the 3 of us? One of us doesn't sleep. That's the thing. So.
Either
Well,
I
let's
get a room to myself or I watch one of you sleep all
Yeah.
night. Take your pick.
She watches us sleep.
Yeah, you take the room for yourself, Battery.
Did you know you have sleep apnea?
Don't talk about that stuff. Calasil, I know that
we.
you kind of ended.
I opened the
still
door.
have-
What?
Don't have any magic left.
One
sending
spell, one sending.
perfect.
Toes is just face down in the bed, just half asleep already.
Oh, I thought other stuff was happening. Oh, this is good. Okay.
What are you
Right.
sending?
Luna
Well-
is sitting on Tempest.
Playing bongos on the back of his head.
Well, here's the thing, right? So, I'm afraid that my dad could intercept the message or hear it. So I don't want to just. I don't know what. Should I just send the message like straight?
I don't know. It's your decision. It's your power. You know best.
What, you messaging your dad?
No, Jesus, no.
I was about to say, why?
What are you doing here?
What?
I'm nosy.
Wait, you can't.
Yeah,
Uh,
I get bored, man.
oh, no, shit, you do. Well, I mean, I just want to say catch up, but I can't. Sending is restrictive. I don't know. I will just say something. I won't say much. I won't make it like I know she's good. I'll just kind of be neutral.
Yeah, you have 25 words.
Who are you talking to?
Fuck. This is gonna be bad anyway. Let's do this. Okay. You ready?
Yeah, just tell me what you want prepared. Best you write it down so that we can
Okay.
read it off.
Give me 1 second.
While this is going off, Utsula is restringing the heavy crossbow.
All right. You send it.
There you go.
There you go. I just. That's 25 words.
I might change it for a bit so that I start with from Pushma. Otherwise, it might confuse you.
That is very.
Oh, you're messaging your girlfriend, aren't you?
Okay, John. I'm gonna send a message to
You
his
mean a sending?
girlfriend.
That's 25
Yes.
words, right?
Who's a Myra? Yes.
Yes. I trust that you said it's 25 words. Okay.
Let me do the thing. Yes.
Okay. I'm starting the message now. From Kushma. I don't know if you can hear this. I don't expect you to respond. I hope you're doing well, and I miss you.
Aww.
Did have to say it out loud, you fuck.
I kind of do have to say that out
Fuck,
loud.
you're right.
You know.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's all. You can't do it again. It's fine.
No, look at you.
It is a verbal component, so I assume I have to
Yeah.
say it out loud.
Message not so much, but sending, yeah.
Hmm.
We'll go with that particular part of it.
Does she respond?
It's not 22.
I minor illusion a saxophone.
Do I need to send to you the message, John, as well, or?
Nah, I got the gist of it.
Okay.
On the other hand, nah, send it. Would be good to have for bookkeeping purposes.
The only thing that changed is that the from Kushma is in front.
Yeah. Let's do that. Put that there.
Hello, doggo.
You get you get back the following.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna type it out first. Give me a second.
Who's your good boy?
You just get back a small message bank. It goes as such. Weird. Hi, kitty. That's it.
I related to Kushma.
She just called me a kitty.
Apparently she did.
Oh,
That's
you're
so
in.
cute. You're already
Well.
using pet names.
It's been a bit since I've heard that.
Tempest turns his head just enough to eyebrow wiggle and then goes back.
Anyway, that was weird. I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for saving the spell slot. It's very nice
No
of you.
worry.
Whenever we have the chance, let's do this weird sword thing with enchanting. Good night. Bye.
Oh, wait.
I go.
Bye.
I'm gonna awkwardly get up and leave the room as well. Sorry, I'll leave you to your thing.
Midori, how is the painting project going?
She asked
Oh,
with
it's going
Luna
well.
now in the background playing bongos on Tempest's butt.
That's the spot.
I should have it ready in. Like, I could probably finish it later, and it will be ready for tomorrow.
Don't worry about it. It's not that much of a rush.
Okay.
But I'm curious to see how it turns out.
Yes. Okay, night.
I wanted to say sleep well, but yeah, you know what I mean. Have a nice night.
Stare into the abyss well.
Okay. The night falls. Nothing much really happens during the nighttime. It's a long, fairly boring night for Midori, as he's terrible at getting hobbies.
I'm knitting
Apparently.
and playing with Sam.
Yeah, but 8 hours. That's a long time.
I
If you
can
don't
get a lot of
do anything.
thinking done in that time.
Can you?
True enough.
Yes.
But you all wake up the next morning, and we'll continue from there next time.
Oh.
As we're getting close to
But
Saya's arrival in Corin's exile. Butts indeed. A lot of references to butts this game.
You guys got fucked up by that spell.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Oh wow, that's
But it's probably for the best.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
It's nice to not have a negative 15 to my sanity anymore.
I had no idea it was that bad.
Yeah, no, when John said negative 15, I was like, what?
Hey, I had the same thing when I had my sanity thingy. I was sent to a 5.
Gee.
Yeah, but I went from 20 to 5.
Maybe it's just you get to 5. Yeah, for you it was worse. For me it was relatively okay, I think. But now I have a good number. Because of all the temp sanity buffs that got fixed for me.
Yeah, yours is probably the one that had the best timing with your temporary buffs and such.
Yeah. Because I just gotten new temporary buffs when that happened.
Indeed. And so, today concludes in a location very much steeped in preparations for warfare. You all have new friends here, and apparently, and your new best friend, Marble.
Yeah.
We like marble. I like marble at least.
Stop buying vials. God damn it.
Hey, we already used to.
I'm so mad that you've like, been justified buying them.
Hey, we have enough and we had the gold and they don't take really space in the bag of holding.
We had the goal,
Oh.
says the wizard.
Yeah, no, the one who spent like 500 gold today.
No! No, it wasn't 500. It was not even 200.
It was 600 actually.
You know,
It was, I think, 150-ish, 160-ish, something like.
I think the last time I bought stuff was when I bought new javelins. Like 10 sessions ago.
To be fair, 30 of that gold were for Midori.
True.
And the healing potions were for everyone.
Spells.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't had personal money in a long time.
No, I have not.
Well, you have
I-
your seal in the party and you're stacking up with her as well. Of course you don't have money. What do you expect?
I don't have one. I don't have personal money. I only have the party fund.
Sure.
We've
I
given
have 4 copper pieces.
I think I had money at one point, but it kind of dried up.
Yeah. You can always ask for money.
Just do what Midori does, just hide it.
The Bank of Calacion. Can I have some money, please? Yes.
I have none. No, I don't
I
have.
have 5 copper.
Well,
don't
and
need
then the
four.
bag of holding.
I
Yeah.
like to think Midori keeps some spare change in her boot. But,
It wouldn't be the first time.
yeah.
Does everybody want a bit of personal money just in case?
No.
Nah,
No.
really.
See?
Easier.
I offer money and they don't want it.
We're a product of this world.
We'll
We've
take
been
it when we need it.
True, but if our party funds ever get stolen, we have no money on us.
True.
Yeah. That's not gonna happen, right, John?
Don't give him ideas.
Right?
No bandits.
Mm.
Also, I think our party funds are in a small bag inside the bag of holding.
No, it's not easy to get to then. As long as they don't steal the bag of holding, we're fine.
You'll be fine, probably. But anywho, for those out in Streamland, thank you for watching. We shall conclude for today, and be back next week to continue this leg of the journey, where it seems like we could have either very interesting massive combat or some conversation.
Combat with a person with 40 HP.
And maybe we teleport to the area.
We can go to the area and bust our eardrums.
Well, yeah, things can happen. But for the time being, thank you for watching. We will be back in a week. Ciao for now.
Bye.